Everyone's like, who's Lev? I'm so confused.
Seriously.
Are you a human? Oh yeah, you don't have that vision. Fine. Cool. Lev is all set up. Ready to go.
Who's Lev?
Lev. The person who's called Leviathan in Discord, and I don't know his real name.
Andy.
That's the one.
It's written there.
It says Tobias. Tobias.
I changed that.
It doesn't say Tobias. Your Discord is wrong.
It's Tobias to me.
Oh, your Discord is wrong too.
That is incorrect.
Maybe you need to leave the voice chat and connect back to it.
I changed it while I was.
Yeah, but that's fine.
No, you want me? I do not. Just to answer your question, Graham.
I have figured it out since you didn't answer me.
We were saying Lev. I was like, who's a Lev?
Yeah, seriously. Even Lev didn't understand it was him.
You're Lev.
Excuse me.
1 second.
Shall we play?
I suppose we should. Everyone's turned up.
What's missing is right now is on our Roll20 names are just people's names and not a mix of character names. Actually, who's Mark W?
That would be Ren. Let me just change that.
Oh, yeah.
The W stands for Ren. That's his real name.
And who's Eli or Ellie? Oh, that's Andy. Okay.
Eli.
Which is Lev. Okay. See how confusing this is?
It's because you all have fake made-up names and fake made-up names. It's very confusing.
What's best is that some people have the character name first, then their name in brackets, and some people have their name first and their character name in brackets.
I don't even get it.
Only people who are doing it wrong. Although it's true that we're doing the opposite on Roll20 than we're doing on Discord, so there's that.
Well, that's because on Discord you are you, and in Roll20 you are your character. God, keep up.
I suppose. So, who's Leviathan? You're playing a new character? You're not your half-orc anymore?
He died.
Oh, did he? Okay, I totally missed that.
He died in the Feywild with.
Oh, you were there.
And most of them.
With everybody else.
Yeah, that sounded
Literally.
like a massacre.
Off the party. I died really quick. I didn't do anything.
You died less slowly than Marlon.
Well, less slowly than Gregor. Gregor didn't even get to sort of register. He didn't get to roll initiative, more or less. Just guys.
That's sad.
That was a shame, yeah.
But you've already played with Lev before?
Oop.
You've already played with Lev?
Who's the Lev?
Leviathan.
Who? Wait. I'm Leviathan.
Yes. Did you already play with Leviathan? It's just such a long name. Levy.
Okay.
This is funny. Oh, the confusion is real.
I am so fucking confused.
Leviathan is Andy 2's Discord name, not his character name.
Oh, okay. What is your character's name?
Well, yet to meet his
See, that's what we need, an extra name for
Okay.
no.
Discord. Then we can...
So you're playing your new character for the first time.
Now you know
Just
how
call
I
me
feel
Andy,
whenever I have to try and find you to talk to you on Discord, and you're all like got crazy names.
Yeah, I'm going to change mine.
Just call me Andy, and that will cause no confusion at all.
But if I look at Andy in my list of people to message, only Andy Says Guru is on there. It's very confusing. Although, unfortunately, if I click on you, it does tell me in which servers what you're called. That's handy.
That's cool. Let's play some D&D.
Third.
What?
Watch me not know how to play this class.
What class is that?
You'll
leave
have
it
to find out, won't you?
All right.
Although it's kind of, there's a giveaway because I was accidentally pressing buttons.
Look
So
at
I've
that.
been casting cantrips in the chat and then talking about language proficiency in very bold characters.
Yeah, there's a lot of cantripy classes.
Alright.
So you're level 1 then?
I am 1.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
Hopefully I don't get ripped in half like
Like you will.
what was the name of the clown?
What clown?
The
Yeah.
best duelist live
I can't
character.
remember his name now.
I'm gutted he didn't live.
Oh wait, Umlaut.
was.
Great.
I'll tell you a secret. He was requested not to live.
Well, that is no secret.
I generally don't rip your characters in half without.
I do remember
He had
him
his-
saying, I want to die."
Yeah.
Like when he rolled the stats at the end of the last game, he was like, "Just kill it."
He had his next
Made it
character
this-
already, so yeah.
Yeah.
Very well.
No one's leading this session. Graham organized it, so I don't know who's
Ah.
going to take charge.
I didn't organise shit.
I
Yeah,
organized
you
it.
did. You started the channel.
That's true, but only because of Alp's ineptitude.
But I only know the characters here. I know Vendel, Fronthud, and Graven. I don't know the rest, technically.
Good.
You,
I've never actually
you
won.
don't know any of them, right? 'Cause
Actually,
you're
yeah.
like a fan.
Oh, but Doorslam's
Yeah.
there. Doorslam's in the town hall. I'm happy.
So Vendel comes out of the town hall, in fact, and before he closes the door, you hear a loud door slam.
I really need to update this door slam. It's not very loud.
No, it is
There it is,
definitely
I
not
like it.
loud enough. This is not how I imagined it.
Still happy.
Yes. Louder! This is coming from Roll20 or from...
Yeah, but it's not as loud as it can go.
Do it again.
It's not a very good sound effect. Door slam is running. There it is.
Lovely.
What?
Excuse me.
Well, yes, very well. Door slam. Ta-ta. So who's in... Cronthread is not here, is he?
Is he playing?
No,
Cronthread
he's not.
is
No,
not
he's,
playing.
he's not in it now.
Mm.
So what is the actual plan then?
I believe we discussed going to this ruined graveyard. It's northeast of here, I believe.
Okay.
And a few of you have gone there before, according to the notes I've been reading.
I can't remember if I've been there or not. I'm
That-
getting on a bit.
That was also mentioned in the
Blur.
notes. Like, there's this, a postscriptum here in this journal saying, "Do not ask Raven details about this place. He will have forgotten by now."
Yes, that's fairly accurate. That's not the place where the Death Knight was.
There's no mention of a Death Knight. There's a mention of a creature that was slain. What was the name of the creature? Graham, can you tell us?
It was like a massive bug beetle thing.
Yeah. Big massive bug.
Doesn't ring a bell. I'm sure it'll come flooding back to me though. When I get there.
Well, it's dead anyway. And there was
Life's just one big adventure when you can't remember anything.
and
Every day
there was
new
also a talking tree, an Enti. I guess Master Ren would know about what I'm talking about.
Talking tree.
On the way there, though, we might encounter this
Okay.
creature. Friendly one. Didn't like.
Oh, not the one with the weird name.
Yes.
Leanna spoke of this. Leanna spoke of this tree.
Yeah, he had a strange name.
Taint Peach.
That was the one. Yeah.
I'd completely forgotten that.
Taint Peach, yes.
Taint Peach.
A treant. Sees and listens to passing by travelers on the road. Can have information on them. Likes to learn new words, especially in Sylvan.
Oh,
I am fluent in Sylvan.
well, there you go. He's in luck.
And you like trees, and you tend to actually make trees talk, as I heard. Like, mostly screaming trees, but... So, it sounds like it's in the ballpark of your expertise, yes?
Should be.
Shall we?
Yes, let's go. We got everything we need in terms of provisions and
Snacks.
gear.
You have a druid, which means you have food every day.
Well, I'm alright for food. I've got a little magic lunchbox.
Oh, I remember the lunchbox.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna spam the chat because that horse is freaking me.
I'm not looking at the chat, so
What? What's going on? Do you not like that?
The GIF.
I think you put it in the wrong. What GIF?
It's just a lot of D.
The Juvenate.
I'm so
The chat.
confused.
You have the memory of the gold. Right? Stop it!
Okay,
What's
let's
going
go.
on here?
Let's just
Oh, no.
Right, let's go.
this way, right? Maybe this way. Yes,
Yes, I'll follow you.
and I'll follow you. And off we go.
And we're all passing without trace.
I'll follow you. I'm following you.
Yeah. So we'll just walk around.
Then,
this
then
following
eventually,
circle for-
they're going in this, around the lock
Who knows
tree.
where we're going?
I mean, I have a map, so
Okay, get the map out. We'll follow that.
At the moment everyone has walking down the street, I was following you.
Right, come
we're
on,
just
let's
going
go
in
this way.
circles like this.
Come back. I need your token.
Well,
Graham,
Hello.
aren't we playing D&D?
I'm trying to. What's the point? Where's Andy's token gone? I can't see it. Can you just move it?
Oh, yeah, it's on the northeastern.
Yeah, I know sometimes they get weirded out. Right, you leave north-ish, maybe? Flamescar?
North-ish.
North-ish? Yeah, north-ish, except mostly east. East, yes, past Merlin's Tower. That's where you would be going.
okay. Past Ragmore's lair.
That's it. Past. Some of you haven't seen this sort of stuff. So you head out past a ruined tower. No, a 3-story tower that looks very much like a wizard's tower. Those of you that have been before would know it's Merlin's Tower. Those of you that don't have seen Merlin's Tower for the first time. Out
And a boat.
northeast, following the ridgeline and heading over and under hills, you make your way past a kind of ruined castle keep thing, and continue eastwards for about a day, and then find yourselves, as the sun is starting to go down, just starting to plume behind the beautiful horizon. So what else? Totally not stalling while I find the map again. And find yourselves
Spiritually.
looking out across a graveyard, fairly large. I don't know, can you see what dynamic light there is?
I'll say looking, but I can't see it, Graham.
That's probably because you haven't got it.
Taking a little while to load as well. Oh, I remember this place.
Well,
Is the communist graveyard over here?
The one and only. And look,
everyone is buried equally, just some more equally than others.
and there's a communist right next to the emblem as well.
Thank you, answer. Kill him.
What? What?
What?
Nothing. I just saw a guy with blue fire, so
Yeah, you can see out across into the graveyard. You're kind of up a little hill here, behind it, hidden in some bushes, so it's likely people in the graveyard won't be able to see you quite yet. You can see there's a little, I always forget the word, place where you have a posh grave.
Crypt.
Crypt. Little crypt here. You can see just over the trees there's some smaller, more regular tombstones over here. A slightly smashed up and broken grave here, and another more intact grave here, next to a statue of... Where is that statue gone? I've got a picture of it. I'm sure I've shown you a picture of
It
this.
was Broken Agent or something like
It
that.
was, yeah, but I can picture. Where's the picture gone? Anyway, that, and then currently standing next to the statue, seemingly just sort of wandering around, coat flung over the back of his shoulder. You see a man.
Let's kill him.
It wouldn't take. What does he look like?
He
What
is
kind of a man?
Oh wait, hang on. I can.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow.
a large man.
How dashing.
A
A man with a
bearded-
mustache like this can only be trusted.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. A man who looks very humanoid, very almost noble in the way he holds himself and the way he's kind of walking around the graveyard. His jacket hung over his shoulders, but his hands are not through the arms. He's a very cool looking dude. From where you're standing, you can see there are some sort of markings all down his arms and facial hair covering, sculpted, beautiful facial hair covering his face.
And he looks like a noble.
No, in the way he carries himself. Although,
Oh, okay. I'll turn to the Count and ask if he recognises him at all from his, times in high society back in the cities.
Well, yes, we nobles do tend to mingle, but it is a vast world. And actually, do I recognize the guy? It's worth asking.
probably not.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
A common misconception, but...
Eli, have you ever been to Neverwinter?
To where?
No, you don't recognize him.
but probably a mistake to be rectified immediately. And Vendel starts moving forward. You're welcome to
Vendel
join.
dies.
You're welcome to join.
I'm going to watch from here
Everyone's
a minute.
Fine.
Not sure I trust this
When expecting booby traps, send the booby.
interloper.
The first thing Vendel says as he comes out of the bushes is, "You must tell me who your barber is." Well met.
I'd probably be a bit surprised someone walking out at me, but
Well met.
well met.
I am Count Vendel, accompanied by my slightly introvert friends who will join us in a moment.
Do I see some heads like poking out?
Yeah, I kind of wander out,
top half of heads.
kind of cough.
Fabian is hiding.
You see coming out behind Count Vendel, who looks very nice and full of nobility in his very fancy clothes trimmed with gold, comes a very demonic-looking plate-armored behemoth stepping out from the trees.
I gave him a little wave.
Graham, you have not mentioned the hat.
Oh, you do have a... Yeah, I mean, the hat is
The hat.
the defining feature, I suppose. A beautiful blue hat, again trimmed with more gold thread and the most exotic of feathers from an animal you are sure you've never even heard of, not alone seen, for its rarity and...
What we don't know is Count Vendel is actually the hat, and the man under it is just a person.
A construct. My secret.
Secret reveal.
Yeah, don't tell anyone.
It's like Venom.
So what brings you to this graveyard? Are you here to pay respects to some who have passed on?
I'm looking for someone. He's but where to find them wasn't very clear. I was told a graveyard in the West Marches, so that is not helpful, I imagine.
Well, there's a few of those.
Yeah.
And do you have a name? we know many ones.
I am Eli. Very nice to meet you all. You and the shrubs.
Yes. I am Count Vendel. This is Graven. Master Graven. And
Master Graven.
And a few
Master
more.
of anything?
Well,
Is Master Graven a master of anything?
No. He is champion of Leviathan.
Oh well, titles are important. So
Well, I suppose, yes.
they certainly are. I suppose the others will join soon, but this person you're looking for, does this person have a name? We know many ones.
No, he's just an old ancestor of mine who's apparently buried here somewhere. I have to find something he had on him when he went missing.
I see.
But like I said, my family wasn't very clear about where, except for a graveyard.
Well, we're here to explore it as well, so perhaps we can do so together.
If you find a gravestone with Marco on it, then please tell me.
Marco, that sounds like the name we've read.
Polo!
I mean, fuck, I didn't
in
think
the
of
notes.
that. Fuck. I didn't think of that naming the character. God damn it, Graham, you've killed me. Eli evaporates and is replaced with someone else.
Does the name Marco come from this grave?
Marco is my family name.
I'm asking
So-
Graham because it sounds a bit familiar. But
What were you asking me?
whether the name Marco is from this grave.
No,
Okay.
there's no name on either of these graves.
You gave us names last time. You gave Knoll names, if I recall.
Did I?
Sorry, gnome names.
Knoll name? No, they
Gnome.
were they.
Gnomes.
No, the gnome names were these the little ones up here.
I see.
Or any of the little ones, almost as if, yeah, that's what I told you. They were almost as if they were servants or something.
Okay.
I can actually give you the name of that guy whose grave we broke. If you give me a second.
May I ask this Marco what race he is?
Human.
That doesn't help.
No, it doesn't narrow him down.
Calm down.
Well, I mean, I could have used that, but human is... if it was like a ghost-wise gnome, would have been sorted.
I'm also
What
looking
might
at
I
notes.
ask are you all doing here?
Bit of grave ribbon.
Grave and the grave.
Necrophilia is a rare business.
I was following the count.
Well, we hail from Flamescar, a village not far from here, and we tend to explore the region of the Dragonfields just to, well, really chart the region out, make sure everything is safe and void of treasure, as it's fair. It's a lot fairer to be had those in our own town, Svolt. Yes. So, exploration, really. Curiosity. And apparently the previous adventurers who came here fought a giant bug of some kind.
Yeah, there was a beast up to the north there,
Don't,
I
but
think.
Yeah, and we want to make sure it doesn't have any siblings.
well, I wouldn't want to get savaged by some insect, so I might help you with that.
Or, well, I mean, it is...
Can't be that big, can he?
Oh, it was massive. Enormous. Bigger than a house. You should have seen it.
Was it a cockroach?
Terrifying. Almost soiled my britches. That big.
Yes, indeed. Shall we then keep exploring, and in case of a danger, you're welcome to stick around, and maybe you'll find your ancestor in the process.
I'd say that's a good idea.
All right, we have a few options here, so we could go to this crypt northwest of here. We could go to that bigger crypt. Is that a crypt actually, or is it a church or a house? Or...
It's the size of a mausoleum, so it's a little larger than your average crypt.
All right, so there's that.
Again, this is also set kind of atop a hilltop.
We could check also where that monster hailed from. I don't know what's there, but options. What do you guys want to start with?
Should we have a look at this one first?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good.
The westerly one.
By the way,
I have a
friends-
feeling.
Yes.
Go on.
I was just going to say, a few of our friends have not introduced themselves. That is very impolite.
Whilst you do that, I'm just going to go find a strepsil. So introduce yourselves.
Or must I make introductions?
Alia Flamescutter. I'm new to Flamescutter, but they have accepted me as one of their own.
Uh-huh.
I'm Ren. Yada yada, nice to meet you. And don't turn around and look at some interesting moss.
Starts talking to the moss.
Silly. Just examine.
Head of a wood elf spoke out from the bush and introduced itself. My name is Fabien.
There's at least 3 O's in that name.
Fabian.
Fab Ian.
Fabian.
Yes, and this is all of us.
Uh-huh.
Very well
Is there
then.
more
yes.
in the town you come from? Or...
Yes, there's definitely more.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Shall
I'll be
we?
needing to find some rest soon and somewhere to gather new supplies, so I will probably, if you are heading back to Flamescar later, I will accompany you.
Ren will lean over and whisper in Count Pendle's ear. Careful. How do we know
Tickles.
he's not a spy for Acorn?
How do we know what?
Not a spy for Acorn.
Have you seen his mustache?
The mustache like that, he must be a villain.
He's acting too.
Yeah, that's no lumberjack moustache. That's for
No.
sure.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
I say
I mean,
a man with
really-
impeccable style can only be trusted, because
Who,
he must.
who goes out and travels across the wilderness in a waistcoat?
Well, I would.
Don't get me wrong.
You're asking Count. You're asking that
It's
Count
fine.
Pendle.
Well,
Well, keep an eye on him.
you're
Just in
welcome
case.
to. You're welcome to interrogate him if you'd like. Well,
No, well, just keep an eye on him.
yes.
It's a good point about the waistcoat. Should we go and have a look at this little crypt over here then?
Sounds good to me.
Was Graham back?
I am back.
Oh, yeah.
If you heard typing, he's back.
It's either that or he's shoveling strepsils into his mouth.
Sorry. Got through it. Apparently D&D doesn't help much.
No. Alright, we'll head down the path this way.
Okay, so you head down the path. There is, all of you notice, especially Ren, because you'd be paying attention to this sort of thing, that there are some, although now starting to slowly.
Oops.
Hello. What?
Oh, I realised I put some stats in wrong, so I'm just gonna
Oh,
fix those.
great. Sorry, trying to speak and not die at the same time. Brain work. In floor, and there's some broken trees and things, all slowly recovering now. But there are still the faint signs that something large feet has disrupted this solid plan. Disrupted this environment in recent memory.
The
I'm
large,
fucking-
does it look like it would be the kind of size of a large thing, like the one we killed?
No. They
A
look
different
much-
large thing.
you can try and investigate them if you like. Work out
Go on then. I'll have a crawl around and try and investigate these tracks.
All right, roll me a nature.
Oh, okay. Nature.
It's a nature because it's kind of it's being taken back by nature.
Yep.
at this point.
All right. 14.
They look much more like the kind of prints that you saw when you went to see Ragmore. large dragons.
Oh, right.
Footprints. You kind of push back one of the bushes and see that the rest of the paw print is still very much there.
Okay. Dragon-sized prints. That's not good.
And as you sort of stand back, you realise that the smashed up statue is also probably smashed up due to the same thing.
Okay. And
So
any
large
clue? Any clue which way the tracks are heading?
The tracks, they land. As you kind of have a look around, you can see that they land in the middle of the centre bit here.
Uh huh.
They push through some of this shrubbery. You
Yeah.
can see that one of these stones is kind of set in a footprint, obviously smashed by the dragon.
Right.
And then the footprints disappear once again.
Can I have a moment? Just want to have
Scream
a
my lungs.
cast speak with plant,
Yeah,
as you do.
yeah.
And I'm going to get a general kind of, to use your word from it, I'm going to get a quorum going on of all the local plants, just kind of pull them on. So, there's some kind of draconic creature passed through here recently. Can you give us any more details?
Oh no, sir, not recently, sir.
Very polite.
These trees,
Guess it's the plant.
tiny cockney trees. No, sir. Big, large dragon come past a few months ago, sir. Beg your pardon, sir, but we didn't pay too much attention. We were too busy trying to get away from our roots, sir. Big fella he was.
Does that tally with the? Does it seem like they're a couple of months old? The markings?
Yeah, I think so. It's been a while since your esteemed colleagues have been here as well, and you remember them. If you've read their diaries, you would know of stories of. They probably saw the same thing.
So nothing particularly unusual, not native to the area seen in the last few days.
No, sir, no, sir. Only, the normal caterpillars eating my plants, my leaves, and deers taking a piss on me. But, sir, we get on. We survive, sir.
They're known for that. Alright, well,
Bloody
as
animals.
you were.
Beasts, aren't they?
I mean, like, the herbivores are pretty much carnivores to these things, so yeah.
If you could, though, sir, I've had this terrible weed growing up the back of me. It's given me a hell of an itch. If you could remove that, I would be very grateful, sir.
Now, weeds are people too. And I do not interfere with this cycle of life.
The plants don't seem too happy when you. Well, the one in particular that asked you to remove the weed.
Carry on.
I just look at Ren as he's talking to himself. And then I
hear
look
the
at.
plants? I don't
I
know.
can't hear the plants.
You see a tree bough extend what looks like a middle finger.
How rude. Right,
So-
okay.
Those dragon tracks, adult size, smaller, bigger than that?
They are a full-on adult dragon. Is that true? Yeah, that's true. Let's go with that.
So, bigger than young, smaller than ancient. Yes.
Certainly adult-sized.
All right. Well, let's
Although
keep...
I'm not sure. Yeah, well, you probably would know about dragons, being that you come from learning, but you've certainly never seen a print like this before.
Yeah.
It's a very large print.
Dragons make for terrible company.
The one thing the plants did say to Ren, which he forgot to mention a moment ago, was that there was a dragon of many colours.
Interesting.
Whether he
That's-
tell you that, I don't know. But
A rainbow dragon.
Did it have many heads?
no, it only had the
walking
it only had the one head.
That's a relief.
You guys, you just forget all the plot threads, don't you?
I'm fairly certain I've not been exposed to this plot thread, so don't
No.
bring this
Oh,
down.
wasn't Ragmar didn't he have two?
He was red and blue, wasn't he?
Was he now?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
He was many colours, Ragmar.
Oh, I thought he was just red and blue.
Anyways, Ragmar's gone adult.
Ragmar was a chromatic dragon, to be precise.
Okay.
So he had lots of different colours,
No, so
which
there
would
is a-
probably fit the description that these fellas are giving you.
So maybe it was him, if he's grown a little bit.
that is very likely.
I will also remind you that. Well, let me give you the Ragmar backstory just to remind you, because you've obviously forgotten.
Why don't you
Great.
just give us your notes?
Graven suddenly remembers and explains to the entire group that, if you want to, of course, I can not tell you this. It's up to you.
Say it.
Go on.
The Ragmar was you've seen the egg. In fact, you've handled the egg that Ragmar came from. But last time you saw him, he was an adolescent dragon. No more than maybe a few weeks, or definitely no more than a couple of months since you gathered the egg. You heard stories of how he grew quickly and had to change his location from the underground cave where you found the egg to the keep where you promised him many sheep and never delivered. And you have been back to the keep since, and he is no longer there. Or at least you haven't seen him there. In fact, you passed the keep no more than a few hours ago, and there was no sign of Ragmar.
It's gotten too fat for it.
Maybe.
He's gone looking for sheep.
You remember Ragmar not being the most average of dragons. There was certainly something weird about Ragmar in terms of his kind of magical ability. And Raven, did you come to this graveyard last time?
Yeah.
Then you would definitely remember, because now it is screaming back at you as you walk round this corner and see this crypt with what looks like a small hole in the roof. And it all comes flooding back to you that you actually fought one of Ragmar's constructs that was in this thing last time you came.
Graven wasn't here when we opened that cave, that mausoleum.
I have been here before, though.
Hey,
Oh, I have.
He was there in spirit.
Graven was here when we fought the big thing and done the little scouting.
Oh, so you've been back
Then
here before.
Arazana, Bron, and Druid.
Okay.
Somebody else.
we came
Oh,
here.
And,
So you've been back here
yeah,
twice then.
I see.
Yeah, and then we kick open the door.
Oh yeah, you
took the
all died.
necklace from the
Except
stingy.
Niall, who probably came back and told the story.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Oh, this is where you guys died?
This is where we got abducted, and then we died in the mansion.
Oh.
Arizona and Bron got abducted by two Githraki warriors here.
Ah,
And,
Okay.
that's why I don't remember it, because I wasn't here. Good. That's right then.
okay.
Then Vendel takes his sword out.
Yeah. So what's the state of this place now then? The door's all...
No, the door
Chicken
is
and
closed.
The
but
door
there
was-
is a-
The door was kicked out. Arazana kicked out the door.
Oh, I thought she went in and out the hole she made in the roof.
No, she was stupid enough to kick out the door. That's why the key, the words were.
Yeah! Hell, the rusting. I remember. I should make more notes. Yes, that's right. The door is all busted and open, and Fabian tells you a story of how Arizona was affected by some sort of rusting spell. What happened as she opened?
So peering through the broken door, can I see anything on the inside of here?
Yes.
Mm.
Totally. You can see inside there is a I remember now. There is a crypt. Although open. Let's go with that.
Yeah, it was open, and then we got the rusting spell on us. There was a Minotaur.
In the crypt, yes, that's right.
Yes, that we took the necklace off, and the
That
construct we killed.
That wasn't in this
And
one over
obviously the-
here.
No, of that one here we smashed on the first time when we got there, and we got the bag of holding a couple of, and some gold and some other items.
One of the many bags of holding.
Ah, yes. Okay, so through the door, you can see there is a sarcophagus, which is open. Although from outside, you can't quite see into the sarcophagus. Although
Okay. Any
Fabian
move?
tells you a story of Farazana's death.
Okay. Any sign of anything moving around inside the crypt?
No.
Shall we investigate, or
Yeah, let's have a look in the crypt.
there is no trace of that trap spell anymore? Yes.
I mean, it was activated when Arazana
Is
shuffled the lid of the sarcophagus, but I don't.
Aliyah, you still have that magic detecting rod?
I do.
Would you like to do the honor?
Use it.
He swishes and flicks your rod.
You do not detect any. It's 30 feet, right?
Yeah, gets up real close.
There is no magical energy coming from this crypt anymore. There's no. There is no evil or good auras. There's just generally nothing in this crypt.
Okay.
Says
I'm
0
going
feet
to peer inside the sarcophagus.
Okay, inside the sarcophagus is the skeleton. Is a large skeleton. But as you look up from the base of the skeleton, you can see that the feet are hooven. And as you go further up, you can see there are now only one large horn left on what looks to be a Minotaur skeleton. One of the horns is broken off and missing.
Does it look like it was taken intentionally, or?
It certainly doesn't look like it's there. How you would tell if it's been taken intentionally or not, though.
And looking about the rest of the place, anything notable? Or is it just bare?
It is pretty bare, yeah. It looks like this sarcophagus has been well looted. The rest of the room is kind of bare and just made up of stone, apart from the hole in the ceiling where you can see out to the sun.
Alia starts pushing walls and ornaments and twisting them, seeing if there's some sort of mechanism to.
Yeah, have a look at the floor, see if the floor's all...
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Alia will assist Graven on his.
Yeah, we want to check the floor and the walls.
Okay.
Is there anything out of place?
If Graven, you'd like to roll an investigatory check with advantage.
Advantage. 20.
Advantage. You have a good look around, having seen many secret doors and trapped walls and secret passageways before, but do not find anything in this room. The room, apart from seems to be entirely devoted to the demonic skeleton.
Is there anything else in there with the skeleton? Any belongings or anything like that?
No, you get the impression this is the kind of burial where there would have been once, but there is the sarcophagus lid has been seemingly removed. The dust around the lid looking much less old than the dust inside.
Okay.
Leanna's choker necklace came from here.
Okay, so I don't
Is
think there's
correct.
anything in here then. I'll head back outside.
Let's move
Would you
on.
like to elaborate on that? Aria.
Yeah.
Yes, listen.
Yeah. I don't really know how to elaborate on that. I just know that
Okay.
Arizana took it from here, and that she can't, when wearing it, she couldn't agree to anything.
Or what happened?
She took damage.
Specifically, it choked her. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Maybe some useful knowledge.
Okay, I don't think there's anything to see in there. I think we're too late. We must have looted it before.
Should we keep going northeast then? Where
Yeah.
Master
Yeah.
Ren is.
Let's have a look up here. This is where that big beast was. So keep your eyes peeled.
Yes. Look.
I feel like we missed something there, because Graham was...
You mean where we came in the crypt?
Yeah.
I also get that feeling, but we did an investigation check, and I don't have any other info, so
And no magic detection. Yeah.
yeah. Need to be less subtle. What is this?
Okay, you make your way around into the the next part of the graveyard, working your way slowly up the hill. You can see more tombstones, more kind of larger graves scattered around. None of them have the name Marco on, but they all have. I don't need my notes. Hang on. He says.
Sounds like broken glass being.
Nope, that's just me opening my bag. It has a zip on it. And inside, lots of goodies. Such as... What's going on in this adventure? You see on the graves, on the tombs, on the grave tombstone things, many names, all of which look very fairly human in names. You're going to ask me what they are, aren't you?
Yeah, what are they, Graham?
Why do you kick Ren? That's mean.
I don't know.
You see how many?
This is escalating quickly.
Why? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 names.
Input into the generator. Okay, these don't sound gnomish names.
They are not gnomish names. They are much more human names.
Yep. Boost.
Any dates on those?
Would you even know the current date?
No. Well, I assume Graven would, but I don't.
No, you forgot.
Maybe. What do graves look like? Large graves. No, there is no. There are only small markings. Only the simplest of names carved on.
Any messages like here lies thingy died of something?
No, again, very plain, almost intentionally. So you would, as you know, there are normally more things written on. On graves.
I know that. I've spent all afternoon in the graveyard today.
Have you? Oh.
This looks ominous.
Taking pictures.
Oh, right, okay. That's good. Each to their own, I suppose. Nope. And then over here is a kind of a statue fountain jobby. Although there is only murky, stale, empty water in the basin, with a weeping lady looking down upon it.
What was the other statue of?
It was of a winged lady, although her wings have been broken off.
Yes, okay.
Do any of these tombs look as though they've been disturbed recently, or are they all intact?
These all look intact.
Any magic emanating from any of these things, Alia?
I've pressed the button.
Pressing the button is no excuse for not roleplaying.
Alia prods her rod against the statue's face.
Is no real magical energy coming from any of these graves. They all seem quite. Man, I'm struggling for words there. They all seem fairly plain. There are no forests or.
You're cutting off like crazy.
Yeah.
Is this for the same for everyone? Yeah, we're gonna need to disconnect.
Ah, there we go.
That's better.
There we go.
Yes, it's fine now. Stop it.
No.
Okay, stop.
Alia leans over to the statue and licks its tears
Why? Why?
because maybe it's potion. I don't know.
Oh, okay, maybe it's diseased. You're gonna lick the tear. The tear tastes stagnant, as if this fountain was once a beautiful trickle of water, but is now just sitting lifeless and still. Definitely doesn't taste particularly nice.
I'm surprised it hasn't evaporated.
Any tracks up here? Any large dragon type tracks?
No,
Nothing up here.
the tracks were certainly just it kind of landed over here and then made its way up.
Okay. Well, let's follow the path around then, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Are we heading for this big chapel-y
That's-
type thing?
That's what's left.
Okay, let's go and have a look at that then.
Oh.
Big house description. Mausoleum description.
Mausoleum. La 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 la. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Here we go. As you make your way up the hill towards the mausoleum, standing on the top, leaving behind you the rows of tombstones that are standing erected in silence all around you. You leave the sea of dead and make your way up to the mausoleum here. You can see that it is made with smooth marble and laid along the front are floral tributes, all of which now dead and decayed, long since laid. You can see that the weeds are overgrown and unkempt all around. You get the impression that now even their mourners may have joined under the clay soil. You can see that there is kind of four large pillars. Yes. That surround the front door of this mausoleum, which is made of stone and sealed. There is no windows, no other entrances or exits, and the mausoleum looks strong and robust, even as the weeds creep around it.
How's the lock? Is it locked? It was locked last time.
He did say so.
We said it was sealed. In what way is it sealed?
So there is a large stone. You could call it a door, but it looks almost as if it's a wall, having been built and sealed, not meant to be undone.
And you said there were 4 handles or statues?
Pillars.
Pillars. Any
Pillars.
engravings on this?
No, just intricately, just like columns, like normal intricate column type things.
And no markings on the doors?
No. Maybe.
And a way to pick the lock, if there's one.
There's no
you
lock,
don't
it's a wall.
Can we check the doors for any signs of enchantment? That's because whenever I touch doors, they explode and things. And like,
Yes, maybe Alia
Oh
can
yeah,
tell
where's
us
your
more.
magic stick?
where's
your
where
magic stick?
It's a stick.
Use your stick.
Use your stick.
I'll
Stick it.
Get your
rubs
stick
it all
out.
over the wall.
Can you use that as many times as you like in a day?
Yes, I can.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's an all-day stick.
An all-day stick. You rub your stick all over the door, and the door itself, maybe, probably, yeah, it definitely has some sort of aura coming
I
from
knew
it.
it. I knew it.
What school?
I'm getting there. I can just never remember what schools there are.
If it blows up, it's evocation.
Just it's yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, is it a trappy kind or is it the
If it turns him into
unlocking
a
mechanism kind?
transmutation.
There's generally a. No, there's no magical energy coming from this door.
How anticlimactic. Is there a family name engraved at the entrance of this mausoleum? That would
Yes, there is. There is. That is the only thing engraved, and I was about to tell you that. That is.
Marco. No.
Oh.
That would be far too easy. What's her name?
Norris.
Agnes.
Brunhilde.
Morag.
Maybe one of the above. Oh wait, it's probably the name of this
Mabel.
adventure. Oh yeah, it is.
Bronwyn.
Nerastrim is the word of the day.
Nerastrim.
Nerastrim.
I know
Too
well.
close to the hole. No.
You know, I'm too used to lazy DMs. Every time I say a name like that, I immediately start reading it backwards.
Yeah, I started doing that.
Why?
So, Mertsaran.
What's that?
I've had lazy DMs that hide their reveal by having the person's name be an anagram or spelled backwards or stuff.
I see. No, there is no anagram. Well, I mean, there might be.
Yeah,
There's certainly, the name is Nerastrim, concretely sculpted into the doorway.
Nerastrim.
I'm happy with our new host in the campaign, who's Professor Alucard. He seems nice.
Raven, shall we attempt to crush this one?
Yes. Yeah. Let's. I'll try and. Is it the kind of wall? Is there like an actual door part that I can grab and try and rip off, or is it just like a big wall that I've got to run into or something?
More the second one, yes. So there is obviously a different
okay.
section of the front of the wall here, but it looks like it opens inward and the hinges are on the inside.
So looking at
there's
it,
no handle or anything.
do I feel like it's something I might be able to bash in if I take a good run up?
I mean, you're a strong guy. Maybe it's a big strong piece. Looks like a big strong piece of stone.
While he's building his run up, does it appear to be airtight?
Does it appear?
To be airtight, are there any cracks or crevices?
There is a small gap, but not one big enough to get your fingers in or anything like that.
That's fine. I turn to
Fabian is
and
woodlouse.
climbing on the roof.
Okay.
and I just want to go through. Basically, I want to do it when he charges the door. I just want to see if I can unbolt it from the inside, and he just runs straight through.
Yeah, you turned into a woodlouse, did you say?
Yeah, I'll
Yes.
try not to step on the woodlouse as I come charging through the door.
Okay, so yeah, woodlouse, you can get through the door.
So how did Ren go inside? I didn't understand.
Turned into a woodlouse.
A very small insect.
Aha.
Technically, not an insect, same as a lobster, whatever they are.
Crustacean?
Yeah. And once I'm inside, I turn back. Is there any kind of bar holding the door?
What if Graven actually manages to bash the door as you're this tiny creature?
Yeah, this
and
is why I'm-
crushes you.
I mean, it'd be like 1 hit point of damage, and I'll be back to normal. I go, what the fuck, man?
Yes. There is on the inside there seems to be a very fancy mechanism on the back of the door that you could twist and turn to open the door.
Twist it.
And then turn it.
Bop it.
I want to essentially just unlock it so the door just swings in easily. Then I'll step about 10 feet back.
Okay. Did you tell Graven what your plan was?
Oh no,
Of course not.
Of course.
How long did you wait before you decided to bash the door in, Graven?
No, I started immediately. I was
Oh,
I was
okay.
already walking back to get a run up.
So the first time you bang into the door, is standing firm and strong. What do you do? You try again, or
Yeah. I'm gonna
Okay.
knock this door over.
the second time
Take
you?
a bigger run at it.
Yep. Okay. So this time you take a bigger run at the door, Ren, could you roll a sleight of hand check for me, please?
Whoa, what's that plus 10 come from? Oh,
I
that's
don't know.
passed without trace. Ignore that. So 11.
11. All right. Okay. So as you go to move away from the door, having kind of unlocked it, you suddenly hear a large burst as Graven bolts into the room. Oh my god! Angry shouting, and I'd like you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Is it me?
What would you do having run into somebody?
Well, I'd probably just keep running.
Oh, right, okay. You run in straight into Ren and so kind of smash him back into the floor and do 4 points of
Sorry, didn't see you there.
bludgeoning. And at this point, are you all going to move into the room? You can see.
What do we
I-
see actually on the inside?
You can see that there is a short corridor that leads into another larger room that has 3 large crypts lined up in the walls.
Yeah, I'll move inside. Well, I'm inside anyway because I ran through the door. But
Yeah.
True.
yeah.
Are you all coming in behind him?
Yes. Can you not tell?
You didn't say you were.
It's pretty cozy in here.
It's alright, it gets slightly bigger.
Breathe in.
Probably
Watch this mausoleum turn into a 60-foot.
It's like the TARDIS.
square. Exactly. Yeah.
It is bigger on the inside than the outside.
There you go.
I cast Dark Vision on myself.
And I draw my Rage Spike, and I whisper Rage Spike under my breath, and it alights in flame, shedding light. There.
Vornar would have loved that.
Does it look? I think it might actually be lit up in there already. Or is that just because of Graven's light? Oh no, yeah, it's probably just light. Okay, you find yourselves in times of trouble. No, in a small crypt room. There are 3 crypts along the walls, and you can see a small. It says niches. I don't know what a niche is in this context, but a kind of ornate wall over here, and multiple doors that lead off this main kind of antechamber room that you've come in.
Watch for undead rats.
Can I have dark vision?
I've done it!
Yeah, my dark vision is missing as well.
Oh, everybody's got a wage.
I had it on previous map, and on this map it's gone.
I don't have dark vision.
No, because you're a puny human.
Cutie human. Yes.
Puny, watch me outlive all of you.
Uh,
Level 20, here I come.
If I see you stumbling around in the dark, I can just pat you on the shoulder and give you dark vision as well.
I can actually cast Dancing Lights.
Show off. Oh, an arcane user, I see.
There are dancing lights in the tools and familiars thing, which you should be able to drag in yourself.
Which is a pain to manage, but
Yeah, oh, yeah, totally. But it's easier than me doing it.
It is for a rogue. I played a rogue once with Magic Initiate and Dancing Lights, and it was very handy because you could light up an area way in front of you and just shoot into people while they're in that area. They can't see you, but you can see them.
good call. Good point. All right, let's explore this room then. Yes. Which ones are doors? These things are doors.
Yep. So there's a door there, where in front of Alia and Alia, that's here, and yes, where you just put that.
And what's this?
That's the
Niche.
niches. Niche.
I need to Google that.
I don't know what a niche is. A shallow recess, especially one in a wall, to display a statue or other ornament.
Anything?
Like a shelf.
Anything displayed
Like an
on these niches?
No, the niches are empty, but awaiting beautiful elements.
And these little coffins,
Yep.
have they been disturbed, or are they
They are pristine and immaculate.
anything written on them? Here lies
Yes,
whatever his name is.
there is. There is. On yeah, there is. Amazing. Who knew this was going to work out so well?
Sounds so organised. It's unbelievable.
I know. On these three doodahs are the names Gwen, Marcy, and Joshua. And that's it.
Do we want to
These people.
open them just to see if there's anything interesting?
Should we really disturb the dead? Is that a good idea?
It's not the one I'm looking for, so I'm not going to touch it.
I mean, go ahead if you want to. I'll give you a hand lifting the top off, but
I'm not going near him.
I'm just curious about what kind of people they were. That's really
dead people, I'd imagine.
what kind of people they were. Past tense.
Okay.
Alia! Alia!
Have a look if you
What's
want.
your stick? It's telling us about those graves.
Or this
1
entire
second,
room.
IRL stuff.
Magic.
Magic stick.
Yeah, magic stick. Use your magic stick.
As you wave around your magic stick, it does it go through walls and stuff? I don't think it does it?
I think it does. Up to 30 feet. Regardless of detect magic is.
It says what it's blocked by, so it's like a foot of earth or something like that. It's
Somewhere what it says. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, and a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. Your rod does not really detect anything.
What? Who's using my rod?
So you were using a rod.
Oh, am I? Okay, sure.
That was, I assumed, the conversation that you just had, but maybe I was wrong.
That was the
I-
idea.
Yeah.
Right, no, I had to do stuff IRL, so I wasn't paying attention.
We figured.
Okay. And these doors, are they stone doors, or are they?
They are, yes. The entire room is ornate and beautifully made.
And the doors, do they look? Are they? Do they look as though they're supposed to be opened, or are they kind of sealing off things like the main door was?
No, they look much more like normal doors, as if once this mausoleum was made to be navigated on the inside, but not
These
to get around that sort of thing. But all the doors are closed.
These doors, do they open when I kick them?
Yes, they would very much open when you kick them.
He kicked them very quietly.
I'm
Could just
kicking them.
underpass without a trace.
I mean, you would have to have kicked that to know that. So there you go. That's a kick. The door kind of bangs open, and you hear an echo down the corridor.
Oh, shh.
We still have pass without a trace active. Just saying.
You tell me that. Cool.
So we want to go quietly then, yes?
Well,
It's fine.
tell her that we're not really going quietly if we're kicking the doors, are we?
Actually, yeah, that's kind of what the spell does. The phrasing is a veil of shadows and silence radiates from me. So
Why
as long
should
as
we
you're within 30 feet, you're
Kicking
very
all the
quiet.
doors.
Why can't I see your aura? Oh, because this map's got no scale.
I simply noticed that you were staring at the door, and I was confused. I did not know if you could open it, so I wanted to do it.
With your foot.
I will
is-
be more quiet.
Yes.
Fine by me.
Let's
The nearest thing.
proceed, yes? I feel like we
Yep.
should take this left door, to be honest, because it's at the edge of the map, but
No, we've done it now.
as you move your way down the corridor, although very stealthily and very quietly, you hear a low growl. The kind that you would hear from a large dog.
Is that my stomach?
A guard dog. Yeah.
What's he saying?
Pickled eggs.
The dog is not saying anything. It is simply growling menacingly. But you can't see a dog. You don't see a dog. But there are many shadows flicking up and down the corridor from Graven's sword and Eli's magical lights dancing around.
I flick my rod for the nth time today and see if I can detect anything.
Doesn't that last like 10 minutes? Or do you have to keep doing it every time?
yeah, seriously.
I like flicking it.
I really wish you'd just put the thing in the thing.
I can cast it.
It doesn't matter because your thing's useless. It doesn't tell me what it does.
I mean, I have the actual spells now.
I know, but you never click them. Oh, it'd be really good if you had like one thing that like summarized all of that in 2 sentences. Would be fantastic. Be really useful for me. Hey, you don't have to do anything. Magic. Alright, that's magic. What's that?
They do last 10 minutes.
You do only if you continue to concentrate on it, though. You do not detect any evil or good or magic.
Boring.
Archie, is this coming from down the corridor or from my left?
It started very close to you, but then worked its way down the corridor.
That's a dead end.
So there is, yes, a dead end here, and is there a dead end there? Yes, there is what seems to be a slight cave-in has happened here. The corridor is filled with kind of stones and rocks, and then there's another door there.
Oh, there's a door there.
There's a door here.
Yeah.
That one is.
I open the door without kicking it.
Which leads you back into the main area, and you see Fabian. Fabian.
Fabian.
Can I check this door?
Yes, by the way, you did pass another door in this corridor. I don't
Yes.
know.
One
Yeah,
second.
This door, yep, if you open this door, it leads into another room
With another name.
with another name. What did I give you before? I've given you Gwen, Marcy, and Joshua, haven't I? So this is Nora's room.
Nora. Any magic here? Alia?
Similar to the other room.
Are you humping the the grave?
You set the spike
The
trap off.
tomb?
I gotta go IRL stuff again, sorry.
So, any magic there?
Who's doing what?
Alias checked. No, he has to step out. He'll be back.
All right. There is no magic there.
Funny that this one is separate
Or
from the
even
others.
a- But Ren, you hear another low growl.
From which direction?
Does it sound like a beast?
You okay?
No, it sounds much more monstrous.
Right.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm just slightly. I got like sore throat, but in that weird kind of like cut way. Anyway, I'll have a strep for that out.
Let's
I'll
check
just pass that warning on to everyone.
that. From which
Whatever
direction?
that noise is, it's not natural.
And from which direction?
Which direction, dear?
Roll a perception check. It came from behind you as you were watching Alia flicking her rod around.
I point my much larger than her rod, my staff. I point it towards the door.
But as you turn around, there's nothing there. Apart from shadows and lights flicking up and down the walls.
Can I tell the source of the light?
Yeah, it stood right next to you. Graven has a large flaming sword in his hand.
Overcompensating.
And still
Says the
no,
man with the rod, with the staff.
and still no evil being detected, nor good.
No, surprisingly, they don't tick the evil box.
Maybe Graven's armor would actually be detected.
It's not evil. It's functional.
Alright.
This,
So,
where did you hear the dog coming from?
east.
East. We've just come that way, though, haven't we?
Yeah, but there's another
It's a
door.
different doorway.
That's also where we heard it from. The first time we heard it was more or
Okay.
less.
I'm gonna have a look down this corridor. Is there anything else? Oh, there's a doorway here, isn't there?
There is.
That's
yes.
the one, yes.
But this is a dead end here. Can I just check the walls here for any
Sure.
anomalies or bits?
Yeah. Roll an investigatory investigation check
May I help you? May I assist you?
with advantage.
$17.
Count Vendel comes up behind you and points out that there is, in fact, what looks like there was once a door here, but it's now been kind of caved in by where the ceiling is partially collapsed upon it.
And this cave in, does it look as though we could move the stones out of the way, or is it?
Probably, yeah, it would take a while. There are some quite large stones and stuff there, but you probably could start to shift it.
Would a giant badger with the burrow speed be of any help?
Why is it always badgers?
Got a problem with badgers?
It most certainly would. By all means, Mr.
Yeah,
Ryan.
give it a try. Yeah.
Let's before you turn. Let's if you want to conserve that shape, maybe we can agree on a way for you to say yes or no or careful or something to us. Or...
Eli, you hear come right from behind you, but as you spin around, there's nothing there.
Oh, fucking hell.
I think we should probably start covering our rears, Graven. What do you think, Master Graven?
What's that? Sorry.
We should probably start covering our rears. Your rear.
Covering our ears.
Our
Rears.
Rears.
Rears. Covering our rears. My rear's already covered. No armor, so I'm all right. But
Grab.
Whatever's
Grab your
making that
ass.
noise, it's not a beast, or I would have understood it and recognised what it was. It's not an aberration, celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, or undead.
could it be in another plane? like a blink dog or something, or a.
So it certainly sounds like
Shadow
your
Mastiff or
everyday, very scary dog, but you don't see it.
Let's not assume that they were speaking. You know, like some humanoid creatures also make sounds without trying to speak a word.
So you heard it coming from behind you, and you're back here somewhere. Can't see
Eli's
on the map.
right behind you.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you want to maybe position yourself there, Graven, while Master
Yes.
Ren is digging through?
I'll stand guard here.
I will go around actually and stand guard from above.
I mean, it could be from behind this door here.
It's possible, but let's just be careful.
Okay. And it's bright light in here now, isn't it? From the sword and the.
Yes, that's right.
So it's not some kind of shadow thing.
No, but as you turn around, turn away, the shadows, are obviously where your sword is not. But you're right, as you're stood there with your sword out in the air, keeping the shadows back, you don't see any shadows.
Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll make sure I don't cast any shadows. I'll make sure I'm shedding as much light as I can.
Raise the sword above you.
Yeah.
And I take the form of the largest member of the Vole family native to the British Isles. And
I've never seen a
Stop.
live badger. I've only ever seen dead or
have
stuff.
you not?
Yeah.
Oh, biology field trip took us a season.
I've seen quite a few on the M4, and I've seen one in the Reading Museum, but I've never seen one out live. Never mind.
I've seen a few crossing the road at night, and hoping they don't decide they want to change which way they're going and get run over by the car, because that will ruin my car.
See, the slow creatures I have no problem with. Deer are suicidal. They will leap
Yeah.
over a wall right into your car. They are.
The problem
Yeah.
with deer is not the first one, because you see that one, it's the next four that run out behind it. Oh dear. Right, enough of that. Okay, so Ren's going to start digging. It's going to take Ren a few minutes, 5 or 10 minutes, to start digging through that. Even in his badger form, there's some large stones, but he gets going, gets away. What are the rest of you going to do while he starts to do that?
Good time to cast a ritual.
I'm keeping guard. Do we hear any more instances of this growling while this is happening?
No, no. Why is it so lit up in the? Oh, it's not. Okay, perfect. Wait, why can? Oh, because you have dark vision. Okay, that's fine.
Can I listen to the door actually? At the door. I mean.
Yeah. Okay, so Graven, you hear nothing, but Fabian, you hear a scary growl. Kind of comes past you in the darkness. But again, you don't see what it is. Vendor, you don't hear anything. It is silent and quiet on the other side of that door.
I think whatever we're dealing with has a mean to conceal itself.
I have keen senses as a giant badger. Can I smell what this thing is?
Okay.
No, maybe this thing. Nah, this thing's got no smell yet. Definitely not. Plus, you're busy digging.
Yeah. I'm not digging with my nose though. I'm just saying.
You hear a mighty rumble as you turn around and see Alia holding her stomach. And she says, "I need to go." And she runs off because I have to go to bed.
Leave your rod behind.
Give me your rod.
Fine, I trust
Give it to
Graven with
me
it.
now.
Yeah. Okay, you have Graven, so you'll probably survive.
I've got the rod now, have I?
Yeah, plus a sword and a shield. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Alright, good night.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Night night. Maybe we pass it on to Eli for now, because what are you carrying, Eli, in your hands? Nothing.
Nothing.
So,
Yeah. Take this rod. Don't lose it. Or get
or
yourself killed.
you have an angry half orc behind your back. Actually, yeah.
I'll try not to.
Let's give all our good things to the level 1 character. Okay, at this point, Ren has made a good step, and the light from Graven's flames light up the corridor beyond, which leads into a corridor beyond. Further into the mausoleum. Hello.
How's this door here?
The same as all the others, ready to be opened.
I would like to open it.
You're
Okay.
in there. You're in there. Don't split the party.
Don't split the party.
Fabian comes
Hey!
around from the other way.
And runs into a giant badger. Roll initiative.
Mushroom! So, in this corridor, you can see there
you.
is a door in front of Eli here, as well as one that is cracked, slightly open.
Okay.
Gregor, you can see into the other room, but as you look in, there are the shadows flick and dance around. Large pillars, standing, mighty and strong.
Mighty strong pillars in here.
Pillars.
Where do you want to go? Do you want to go through the door, or do you want to go in the mighty strong pillar room?
Let's check the door real quick.
Okay. I'll just keep an eye on the mighty strong pillar room just in case.
Sounds
Okay.
good to me.
Did you say you're opening this door? Vandal.
Yes.
Vandal opens the door. You see a small kind of storage room with a large brazier full of... No, brazier is probably not the right word. I guess.
Brazier. A brassiere is something very different.
No, you see lines of braziers hanging from the walls. All around, jeweled braziers, stone braziers. One brazier is made of beautiful cotton, almost as if this is somebody's personal and expensive brazier collection.
When would it be a good time to mention, I don't know what a brazier is?
A brazier is like a brazier. A brazier is one of those big fire pit things that are on a stand.
Oh, yes, okay.
Brazier. But a brazier is a bra.
Okay,
I think a woman wears.
got it.
Or a
Which
very
one
fat
of...
man.
So there's a lot of bras here. Okay,
Don't
excellent.
know. I've lost my throat completely. Yes, there are lots of. No,
I'll take a look. I'll check for traps, making sure I'm careful where I step. There's no strings and so on.
sure. There are no strings. There's some. Yes, no. This storage room is obviously set up entirely for the kind of things that people would want to take with them to the afterlife. Clothes and there's a couple of tricycles, some servants' outfits. You know, all the kind of stuff you'd need when you're dead.
It's called a walk-in closet. Bit small, but it would do for the dead, I suppose. And nothing of value in here?
It all looks very valuable. Yeah, and the clothes are very nice. The shoes are well made.
So, feels a bit noble, aristocratic, or just nice clothes?
Break them up a lot for me.
Sorry?
Oh, hello. What did
Yeah.
you say? Sorry. You were breaking up a lot for me. I couldn't understand. It might be me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand everybody else though.
Okay, I'll disconnect and come back.
The irony.
Hello.
Hello.
Is it
Hello?
better?
No. It was just as you left, and then we laughed about it, and you came back and it's bad again.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
See, that was alright.
Yeah.
So, is it better now, or? No.
Sure.
Is it aristocratic clothes or just expensive clothes?
No, I'm struggling with what you're saying. Sorry.
We got the aristocratic clothes. I didn't hear what the second bit you said.
Typing furiously. Well, like, I'm not sure aristocratic is the right word, but noble, upper class,
Fancy clothes.
titled, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I should roleplay for a bit. Let him sort his life out.
Is there anything that Fabian would be interested in?
What are you interested in? What drives you, Fabian?
Black. Blacks.
Most
Black.
most things here are of many colours. However, there are a singular male, female, 2 children, black outfits, very morose and almost as if they'd be fitting for a funeral or a burial.
Okay, I'll get the set. All 4 of them.
Sorry.
I think he picks them up.
Yeah, I think he said he was going to take all of them.
Cool.
Save them for
Okay.
a special occasion.
Weird. Why would he take it?
He's planning on having a family.
Yeah. They can all go to funerals together.
Oh,
Yeah.
so nice to think ahead
Yeah.
of all the death.
I can't actually see in this room. Is it a big room, a little room? What kind of...
Which one? The one that Vendor's just been in?
This one over here that I can't
It's 15 feet long, 10 feet wide.
see. It's more of a walk-in wardrobe than a room. Did I hear any noise coming from this door over here when I was stood?
I definitely have heard some groan.
Some growling.
No smells. This
No.
this room is very this mausoleum is very clean, almost unused.
I'm wearing on. I can't take off. I've got no sense of smell anymore.
Yeah, you probably can only smell Graven at this point.
Does anyone know prestidigitation?
I don't know.
There used to be a guy who used to cast it, but someone killed him
Yeah,
off, right?
he died. So,
When I
Very
picked
nice.
Vornar, I intentionally didn't pick prestidigitation so that I would not clean Graven.
So Graven is essentially 1 heat metal spell away from death.
Yes, that's very true actually.
don't say things like that.
Or Rust Demon, or
To be-
anything that's going to ruin his day. Anything like that.
To be fair, anybody in heavy armor, it's 10 minutes to doff, so 10 minutes times 6-second rounds. That's 600 rounds.
This is why you should only wear cast-off armor.
No, this armor's alright. It's magical, I'm sure it'll be fine.
What's great is I know exactly where in the world all the things that Graven doesn't want to see are.
All the themes.
All the things.
All the things.
Anyway,
Fiends, not the
what are you doing?
things.
What's going on?
Yeah, let's go
Um,
through
I think we
that
should
door,
go
yeah?
through here,
Yeah.
but I'm at the back of the queue again now, so after you.
We can shuffle around, but I don't think Eli should do it. Or do you want to...
Alright, I'll just
sense-
climb over everybody.
I mean, I can open it too, but... Ouch, 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 ooh.
I'll push it open, I'll step inside and have a look around. Oh, this is a big room.
Yes. So as you walk into the room, your light fills a large proportion of the room, but not all of it. Flickers and
Combat arena.
there are large pillars all the way through this room, and in the middle, a large circular pit.
Okay, these look like doors on the map. Are they actually doors or are they...
They are.
They look like doors.
They do look like doors.
but
They
might
are
not.
doors.
They have
are doors.
repurposed the map for something else.
No. These are.
Actually,
Well, they're not doors. They're open. They're open. Yes, that's right.
open things. So you could
No,
actually.
I'm getting the description. I was just trying to think of the best description to give.
Okay.
But these are not doors. These are individual crypt chambers, or at least they give you that vibe. Each one of these pillars has just enough room for a single set of Skellington bones.
As if you wanted to.
You could
It's enough
certainly.
space.
Not.
It'd be cramped. It's really for bodies to.
Well, it's for like deconstructed bodies. Yeah, hang on, I'm trying to find
Okay.
a half-decent picture, but
Catacombs.
yeah, sort of like I'll put it in Discord.
That's all right, I get it.
Sort of like that. But one of those holes is on each of these pillars, basically.
Okay, I see. And this pool, this pit,
Yes.
from where I'm standing, can I see what's in it?
You can see that you can't see the bottom, but it is a solid 15 foot across, and yeah, deep goes into the ground. But from where you're standing, you probably can't see far
Okay.
enough.
All right.
Mr. Marco, do you detect anything with the rod?
Can I?
roll out.
Yeah, you can. No, you do not detect anything from this room. It is dull and empty, magically non-existent. But there is obviously something to this room, or at least it's giving you the vibe that it is prepared for something.
Okay. What's the floor look like? Any?
The floor is beautiful marble stone.
Okay.
All the way around. And as you approach this pool, it's already completely empty. It is a stone pit surrounded. It's like a marble pit. It's been dug out, concreted over, plastered, marbles, all the works. But it is entirely empty. There is nothing going on in this pit.
Okay.
But as you're looking in the pit, the shadows are flicking and moving their way around. You hear the growls once again. Wait, stop moving.
Coming from where?
I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
Out of the shadows suddenly appear a set of shadowy mastiffs.
Shadow masters.
Shadowy mastiffs.
Mastiff.
Which are not celestials or creatures, but are horrible, shadowy monstrosities. Oh man, let's control them at least. They growl. And I'd like you all to roll
Initiative.
initiative.
Yay.
13, how rubbish.
Fuck!
Fantastic.
Good
start.
I
start.
feel like I never roll good initiative, I swear to fucking God.
You just need a +7 or 8.
Yeah, no +2. Basically, I should play a Dex character, but I don't want to.
It's alright. You're about as dexterous as these shadow mastiffs. Okay, Fabian! Being ever prepared and seeing the mastiffs. What do you do?
And what could I do? Here. Stabby, stabby.
Uh,
27.
27. 27 hits?
10 piercing.
Okay, you slice your dagger through the shadowy mastiff.
And again.
Hello?
Hello?
Again.
I'm very quiet.
19 hits.
Yep, 19 hits as well.
7 piercing.
And you swipe your dagger twice through the mastiff. It hurts the dog. You want to do anything else? But it doesn't manage to kill it.
Yes, I will. What? 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. I stay here.
Okay.
See what happens.
Then Count Vendel.
Alright, I will move here and attack it with my scimitar. Oh, great.
Not managing to hit it this time.
Alright, I'll try again with the other end of the double-edged scimitar.
Okay. And you
14.
pull your other end around and hit it. You catch your arm on one of its teeth. 2 points of damage, but catch it with your scimitar.
So that makes for 15 points of damage with a sneak attack.
Again, your sword passes through the shadow of the knob.
So,
Seems to hurt it.
sorry?
I said, but seems to hurt it.
Alright, and I will now move back. Let's see. I've done 10 feet, so I will do another. I will come here to. Wait, let's. Yeah, I can move all the way back here to shield the puny Eli, the puny
Okay.
human.
Alrighty, good plan. And then Graven.
Okay, I step around the pillar to here.
Okay.
My sword and I swing at it with my with rage spike. Boom. 27 for the first one.
That's a hitter.
That does 18, and then I bring it round for another stab.
Yeah, you see the brilliant bright light fly through the mastiff, carving its way through the shadow, obviously hurting this dog a great deal. And then you bring it around for another hit.
That is another 12 points of slash.
This time slaying the shadow and returning it back to its shadowy beyond.
Okay. I've got some movement left, I think. I'll move back up to here.
Okay.
That's me done.
Okay, then Ren.
Alright, Ren will use a bonus action to turn back into his normal self,
Okay.
and he will use an action. Wall of Thorns right there.
A wall of thorns right there. Okay, solid plan. Solid
And
plan.
go 5, 10, 15. I don't know if that counts as double for people. 2 people, but even if it does, I'm alright over
No,
here.
no, you can move through family people. That's fine.
And I should probably roll the damage for that in case anybody do you want me to roll damage for that now in case anyone walks into it, or just...
Nope, when it happens.
Alright, okay.
So your wall of thorns kind of fills a lot. It's 10 foot high, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so it fills a good percentage of this room. There's only a small gap over the top. And then Eli.
Eli. Will cast Firebolt at the Shadow Hound just up
Okay, solid
here.
plan.
So the
Not managing to hit. Fumbling with your spell for being the first time you channel your magic. I'd like you to roll a d20 for me, please.
Do you have 0 of your casting modifier? Because
possibly.
that's only adding your proficiency.
I haven't
skill
yet.
there.
I haven't added that. I haven't done that on the spell list. Would that make a difference? It's a +4.
That would make a difference.
Well, no, like would it hit?
It would hit. I
Ah.
knew that's what you meant, that's why.
All right. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that.
You got +6. Oh, was that with your proficiency? Yeah.
I should. Yeah. Yeah. I'll sort that out in a second.
Just do the damage
roll a
first.
D20. Do damage.
D10 damage.
2.
Nice.
Solid.
And you wanna-
Solid level 1 hit.
You want a D20, yeah?
Yes, please.
Oh no. I see.
7.
I see.
Okay. Solid.
Someone
Solid
sees.
Okay, you want to do anything else?
I will retreat behind Vendel, away
Okay.
from the nearest dog.
As you do so, you hear snapping on your behind your heels as the dog comes racing towards you and snap of its large teeth that suddenly feel very real. Snapping and snarling at Vendel. Probably missing you.
Yes, it's a miss.
Well, that's plus modifiers. It is a miss because your AC is 18. Missing you twice. Yes.
Oh,
Snapping
twice,
and
okay.
snarling.
Very well.
And then it's just going to stand there and growl at you. I think you can hear the growls from the other dogs from behind the wall of thorns, but they haven't ran into it like crazy people.
Well, what's their intelligence? If it's below 6, maybe they do run through it.
I mean, it is below 6, but they're not stupid. They know what they got to do. Vendel, you're up.
Oh, already. Okay, I will attack the dog right in front of me.
Oh, hang on. I said that. Sorry, it should be Fabian actually. I don't know why I
Okay.
missed him.
It's fine.
Fabian!
Attack, I'm jumping behind the dog for the flanking. 20 hits. 8 piercing. And 22.
Yep, both of them hit.
10 piercing.
Okay, solid. Swipey swipe with your dagger. You go through the shadow of the demon.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Just for the
You don't provoke opportunities of attack?
mobility.
Attack of opportunities.
No,
It doesn't.
no, I don't.
Oh, cool.
I think Ren's point is right though. You didn't add your sneak attack damage on then.
I'm not a rogue.
Ah. That must be Vendel then. You're up.
Yep. I will attack. By the way, the kid crying sounded like, in my head, was like the dog screaming in pain. Alright. I shall attack as soon as
Weird miss come from a dog.
I'm gonna guess that hits
That does hit. Beautifully.
with maybe 13 plus 16. Nice. So that's 29 points of damage on my first one. Is it still alive? That is
How much damage did you do?
29.
It is your hit strong, but seemingly not as effective as you thought it might be.
Okay, then I will hit it again with 13. Does that hit?
Yes, it does.
Oh, okay. Then I will do another 13 points of damage.
This time striking and killing the Mastiff where it stands.
Good. Then I will move.
I need to be useful.
Up to here. And up to here. That's my full move. And I will put away my weapon. I will sheath it.
Okay.
Ready to get my bow out.
Right. Okay. Then Graven, you're up.
I'll move up to the wall of thorns and wait.
Okay. Are you readying an action, Ring, or?
No. Well, I mean, if yes, I'll say if one of these mastiffs comes within striking range, I will make an attack.
Okay. Then Ren, you're up.
I'm quite happy just waiting. I'm not holding anything, just maintaining that.
Eli.
I will move up as well. Can I target the mastiffs through the wall of thorns or not?
Specifically, no. I'll put the description up. Oh, no, that didn't give the description. That's not handy.
To click it on your spell
can-
sheet.
Yeah, I've done it. Yeah. The wall blocks line of sight.
Okay. I would
Stick out all
hold.
the thorns.
I would just hold a another firebolt for now.
Okay. You hear yapping and snarling and growling from the other side of the wall of thorns. Sorry, go on.
And yeah, I'll just hold it in case something
Alright.
until I can see something to fire.
From the other side, I'm not going to do that much because my throat hurts. But you got to commit at least a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you should have a team discussion about what's going on.
Yeah.
Rather than running through the initiative order. You
I
are
think-
not currently in initiative.
Yeah, I think Master Run, you need to drop that wall now that we've taken care of the other ones, or we're not going to be able to do anything.
I mean, we could just go down the pit. They can't follow us. They're ducks.
Or we could also
If they
just...
appeared out of shadow, they could just appear with us later on.
Exactly.
It sounds like they've been following us through the crypt, so...
I'd rather deal with them now we're in a position of strength, rather than when we're fighting something else that's bigger.
Alright, let's come.
So now knowing...
Bam! Back into initiative. The dogs leap forward. Fabian, what are you going to do?
Stabby. Wow.
True with the dagger of venom.
If
11.
if I was
So holding attacks only lasts for the round that you're in. And
okay, yeah.
basically, as soon as you finish your go, that was the end of that round. So,
Alright, okay.
Fabian, you struck to 11 points of piercing.
15 hits?
Can't hear you. Sorry.
15 hits or misses?
Sorry, I've gone back to your last hit. How much damage did that do?
11.
11. Yeah. 15 does hit too.
10 piercing. So that's... Whoa, 21 total. Nice.
Ooh.
Huh?
Uh,
I'm piercing. 21.
sorry, he just won't shut up.
That's
That was what? 25, 30, 35, 40, 55.
what was 55?
55 feet of movement, my
Right.
total.
Are you
As
moving
this
away?
kid goes to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you done?
I am done.
Okay. Then Vendel, the master of words. Let's use some. That'd be great.
Let's
Negotiate.
parlay. Let's negotiate. Yes. So I don't think Vendel would have sheathed the weapon had I realized that I couldn't see the dogs. But anyway, he has his weapon now. Comes here and attacks.
Trying my bag.
Where is it? There.
Thank you.
15 hits, right?
15 does hit, yes.
That is 21.
Solid hit.
And he'll do a second attack with the rear. So funny. And another 12.
Okay. Now we're rocking and rolling. Anything else?
I think I used all my moves, so I can't.
Okay, Graven.
Okay, Graven leaps across the room towards this one. Sword flailing about. Takes a swing at him. 18 for the first one.
The hitter. Again, as the bright light strikes through the dog, you see it in its full monstrosity. That's definitely a word. Shit.
Get through the word.
13.
Monstrosity.
11 slashing 2-5 for the first strike.
Solid.
So he takes it again. 9.
This time, burning your hand on the end of your sword, grabbing the wrong end to hit it with. Bit of a mistake, but it only does 1 burning damage.
Rookie error.
Happens to the best of us.
I know. I'm going to take my action surge and attack him again.
Oh, it's good hot chocolate. Yeah.
I want hot chocolate now, god damn it.
22.
Something
First
coffee.
one. That is 16.
Solid hitter.
And then the final blow, as it were. 21.
That's disgusting.
Well, at least it's not over the end.
19.
19, solid. Striking the dog true, plunging your fire into its shadow, and you see this like dance of fire and shadow as your fire wins and kills it.
Okay, that's me done.
Alrighty then, Ren.
He's just gonna move up here, use bonus action to cast Magic Stone, and then throw the Magic Stone at the dog.
Oh, that's such a good hot chocolate. You're throwing a magic stone at people, you madman. What are you doing with this magic stone? Oh, throwing it, hurling it, hitting the mastiff straight in the face.
Whack.
Doing a
It's magical bludgeoning.
solid magical bludgeoning damages. Striking true and hitting the beast within the shadow. You want anything else?
Oh, that's it.
Then Eli.
I will try again.
Alright.
Fireball. Actually, I just want to check.
Eli fires a firebolt.
Wait,
You
do I need
see-
to call this before? Hold on.
maybe.
I was going to give myself advantage. I just need to check if I need to.
Are you channeling the tide of chaos?
Type chaos.
Yeah! Tide of chaos!
Oh, wait. Actually, am I?
Nobody's within 20 feet of you, you're fine.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, first I will. What is the range on that? God, I am.
You see Eli's tattoos all
Baffin.
down his arms. They light up and he sunches his fireball, fires
Oh,
it at the dog.
I actually
presumably
need to be able to
move.
see it.
You can see it if you move closer. It's only there.
Go there, and yeah, I will add advantage.
Okay.
Fireball. B.
You see this huge surge of
That's
magic
better.
almost spring up out of nowhere and fires the fireball, hits the dog.
Dog.
Hit the dog.
He hits the dog and obliterates the dog
Yeah.
into 1,000
It's better than my
fireball pieces.
initiative.
It's a dead dog.
And I'd like you to roll a d20 for me, please.
God, here we go.
This isn't. Oh.
Well,
Thank you.
Is this a sorcerer thing? Because I think
yeah.
sorcerer. I think you only have to roll your d20 when you cast leveled spells, not cantrips.
Oh yeah. Never mind.
I'm happy to roll it as much as possible though, because otherwise it
Sure,
yeah,
just
it
have a
just-
fireball around you. Sure.
Because otherwise, then it's like sometimes it may just never happen, and it's like half the classes, wasted.
He says,
Just
as
before.
as you drop out of initiative, and you can see Eli is kind of like trying to put out the rings of light that have suddenly appeared around his arm, as if the wild magic has taken hold of his first use of trying to control the tides of chaos. But as he knows, no man can control the tides of chaos. As wild magic surges all around him. I'd like you to roll a d100 for me, please.
How do I go about that one?
If you type /roll 1d100 in Roll20 in the chat, it will roll it for you. Or you can
Slash D100.
/roll 1d100.
Is that
Like
no
that without the
spaces?
space. Like that without the space, yeah. Space 1d100.
Base 1d100. 49. I gotta bring up that chart.
That's right. I've got it right here. Don't you worry. He's gonna fact check me now.
I'm just looking to see what it is. I want to know.
His tattoos suddenly go out completely. But as he tries to continue his lecture, only pink bubbles float out. See, you magical users, you can feel this wild magic surge dissipates and goes away, but Marco certainly seems
Can
to
it
be
just be?
struggling for words.
It's like when it's cold and like the steam coming out, you can see your breath, but it's just pink bubbles all the time. For a minute?
For 1 minute, yes.
For 1 minute.
Cool. There you go.
Cool. Happy with that.
Yeah, so you're the dogs are dead, and the growling stops. The room is empty and still once again. The pool? There's no pool here. There's just an empty ring of floor.
How deep is the pit?
Solid 15 feet wide, 15 feet deep. This could definitely be in a set of holes.
I didn't hear how many feet down.
15 feet across in diameter and 15 feet in depth.
Can we see the bottom then?
Yes, it's 15 feet down.
There's no passages or anything down the bottom?
This entire what's the word I'm looking for? Cylinder is intricately and beautifully plastered and marbled. Doesn't look like there are any cracks in it, except for the beautiful marble tiling all around.
Okay, I will take my rope from my backpack. I tie it around this pillar and climb down slowly.
Okay.
I
It
try to
doesn't
say
take you long
something
to
and
get
bubbles
to
come out.
It doesn't take you long to get to the bottom.
While he's doing that, maybe we should check all these pillars just to see if there's anything strange, unusual.
Yeah. Okay, good idea.
Can we just
Checking
start
all the alcoves and everything, see if there's anything in them or any levers or buttons or anything.
We checked them all, but especially those with the lines coming out of them.
Yeah. Especially those.
That's just telling you what they are. Anyway, okay, so you guys start looking around the things, and the first few you look in, you don't find anything. Fabian, you make your way to the bottom of the pit. What do you do? What are you up to?
Just search for anything. Pressure plates, hidden compartments, anything.
Okay, roll an investigation check for me, please.
Yay!
You have a look around. You try to do your best, but you don't find any pressure plates. The marble, you kind of put your hands around the end of the walls, and there's no changes to the wall. It feels thick and sturdy, as if it's dug into the ground itself. And again, well made, beautifully marbled. There's no cracks, no splits, no chips of plaster and grouting. It's just a beautifully made hole. Graven and Vendel, as you look around, I'll let you both to roll an
climb
investigation check
back.
too. Okay.
Do you mind if I roll at advantage, Graven?
No, go ahead.
That was like half roleplay, half very much not.
I know. Wow, that is pretty consistent. 26.
You have a good look around all of these things, and they are, again, they are all well made, beautifully presented, very clean. But you do not find anything. There's no sign of any switches or twisty knobs or secret compartments.
Okay. Did you find anything
pit in the middle?
in the pit, Fabian?
Absolutely nothing.
Did you say it's made of marble? There's marble at the bottom of the pit as well?
Yeah, it's kind of plastered and marbled and
And that's the part I find weird. Because on the floor, sure, but at the bottom of a pit, that's a bit unusual.
Indeed, but I couldn't notice anything weird that would be there. If there was any trap, I would most likely trigger it by simply walking around checking the wall.
And what's this thing on top? Like, is like water running, or
That is not a thing.
it's not a thing?
Just a
Okay.
feature on the map.
All right.
It's no feature.
Maybe I could go take a look, because this whole marble thing I find a bit strange. It's just not a regular pit if they marbled it. Do you
It
still
is strange, that's why I go in to check it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
what's
do
it
my best.
for? You know, why would you have a pit in a room and not be for anything?
All right. Is the rope still there? Can I go down?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. I investigate the bottom of the pit, as well as the middle ground of the pit
The middle ground of the pit.
and the upper
Wall.
ground of the pit. The upper wall. Yes. Basically the whole pit. The entire pit.
Solid plan. Feel free to roll an investigatory check.
Very well. 24.
Oi.
You have a look around, inspecting the same places that Fabian looked before. Again, you find a beautifully dug pit, well plastered. The grouting is immaculately done. Although not one to pay close attention to the kind of grouting that you would find it. Certainly, you wouldn't have been unimpressed if a contractor had come and done this sort of work for you in your house, back home in Neverwinter. The pit is surrounded in beautiful white porcelain. There's no cracks, no tunnels, no pressure plates. Nothing really.
So what is it for then? There's nothing in the ceiling, is there? Above the pit?
No, the top of this room is also
It's-
covered in kind of a marble tile.
Very fine craftsmanship, I must say. I will compliment the architect if I ever meet him or her. And we found nothing on the walls of interest, yeah?
No, the entire room is. It's almost as if nobody has ever been in this room. It's been built, it's been cleaned.
Whoa, what happened? Ooh.
And has been left this way ever since.
All right, let's just look for something else.
Protection by these shadow mastiffs. But that's about the only odd thing so far. Well, apart from the fact it's here.
Shall we head back and find a
Yeah.
different route to explore?
Yep, let's go. I'll follow you.
Right, I guess we'll try that other door then, up there. Where's Master Wren?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, just
here.
keeping an eye out in case anything came behind us.
After you, Fabian.
Okay, I open the door.
Open the door. Beautifully.
Bang.
And it leads into what seems to be an altar room. There is a statue of a fatherly figure surrounded by an altar with many different candles all around. Over here is what seems to be a small offerings table with again a few candles, none of which have ever been lit.
Do we recognise the figure on the altar? Is he, does he seem familiar or?
Roll a religion check.
Religion. Okay.
Hmm,
17.
not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, although I don't like what this is telling me. I think I might have to just change it quickly. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. This. You recognise this symbol, this statue, to be of a life father figure. Although it doesn't seem to be depicting any particular god. You've certainly seen these sort of life father altars before in your travels, Graven. Often. Those who are doing things with regards to death, or the prolonging of death, or maybe even the traversal through the plane of death itself, would have had these sorts of statuettes, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Are there any? I'm going to investigate the altar. Are there any traps or hidden compartments or anything?
Yeah, certainly. Roll an investigatory check for me.
Yay!
Lighting the candles as Fabian looks around. Again, the walls are well made. It's more back to the kind of regular stonework of the rest of the mausoleum in here. You don't find anything as you kind of look around the table and whatnot.
Eli, any magic detection here? Eli?
Sorry. Can I use the rod for good and evil?
You can.
Detect good and evil, yeah?
You can.
Do I detect anything?
As long as you're not concentrating on trying to do something else, then...
No, I'm not sure how to get rid of the concentration thing.
If you click on your token and then in the chat window type ! concentration, it should get rid of it for you. Also, if you take damage, it will sort that out for you automatically. But
! concentration, yeah.
Uh-huh. I should get rid of it for you. Excuse me.
Okay. Can I do like an Arcana check to see if I sense any magic or anything?
Well, you'd be better off waving your rod around, I think. Waving your rod around, because that will allow you to detect any magic that would be in this room.
I will do that.
You sense the presence of magic in you, and you find, once again, only the stone walls around you. You do not sense any magic in this altar room.
Is Vendel done lighting all of the candles? Everywhere?
Sure. There's not a huge amount in here. Like I said, this room looks like it's kind of set up.
Now that they're lit, he's gonna start looking at the altar, see if anything's changed, if anything looks a bit different through the light of the candles.
Yeah, so as you look up at the altar, you can now see the light is flickering off the Life Father figure. Its eyes lit up by the candlelight. You can see its shadows flicking up and down its body.
And I will really just check the whole altar just to see if there's any hidden switch, anything unusual, any encryptions, anything hidden.
Okay. Once again, repeating Fabian's investigation, looking around. Roll an investigation check.
Terrible.
Also not finding any secret switches?
Can I try an investigation as well, or no?
Sure.
Yeah.
See, not trusting of his new friends, Vendel and their investigatory abilities.
I'm just trying to help.
No way, let's have a look properly. Steps first.
One. Roll a 1.
Probably just
Come on.
walking on each other's
Roll a 1.
foot.
Well,
Push each other out of the way to get a better look at this altar.
let
But
me have a look at this altar.
none of you really
Nah, it's
Any progress.
just a plain old altar. Can I give it a push? Does it move? Or is it fixed to the floor, this statue?
The statuette seems that you can see there are a couple of bolts holding it to the. It's quite large. You wouldn't want to drop it on anyone. You'd probably get a good concussion if it fell on you.
Is it stone or metal?
It's stone.
Does it look like the other statues we've seen outside in the cemetery? There was this woman with a tear, the winged.
No, although they were quite damaged up. But this is certainly a very authoritative father-looking figure. The others looked much more decorative in nature.
And I don't recognize this figure as like something from history or.
See previous description to Graven.
Okay, but it's not a historical figure I would know of.
Or a religious one?
No. It's more of a religious thing, as I explained a moment ago.
Yep.
It's the kind of figure that people would use who are, trying to pray to particular death gods or to create magical planes and portals to death. But it is not of one particular god.
Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know. Doesn't seem like there's anything here. Have we checked those as well? The little smaller altars on the sides.
Yeah, let's check those as well. Let's have a look. Can we have a look at these as well?
Yeah, they are simple tables with candles on top. You've gone between the four of you. You've now had a pretty good look around this room.
Okay. So there's nothing in this room besides this altar and this figure, which has no magic. So have we done everything? Have we seen everything? I think we need to open those graves. Maybe we'll have some information. All right, let's speak the names of those people to the statue. I will say Gwen.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Although it's not magical, I mean, what could possibly happen?
Well, give it a try.
I will say a softly spoken prayer to may the souls of, and I say the names of the four graves, rest in peace upon your benevolent eyes. Did you get all that, Graham?
I did.
Okay.
Every word.
And I leave.
As you may have guessed, nothing happens.
Yes, okay.
The statue just continues to stare straight ahead.
Alright, let's open some graves. Oh, and there were those four things I remember now. The alcoves. We probably need to do something there as well. 4 graves, 4 alcoves.
Oh, yeah.
Also for dogs.
Yeah, but there may be the dogs of the old.
The guardians.
Let's open a grave, see what happens. Grave in the grave opener, please.
Alright, I'll hoof the top off of this one.
Okay, it moves off without too much force.
What do I see inside?
It is empty and unused. A beautiful satin cushions all laid out, but there is nothing inside of it.
Okay. I'll leave the top off of this one and I'll go and have a look at the next one up here.
Okay.
Take the top off that one.
Exactly the same.
Empty. And this one here?
And the same on all the other 2.
Alright, 4 dogs. Do we need to go and put them into their graves?
Dogs vanished, didn't they?
They did.
Oh, they
Once
vanished.
you killed them, their shadows kind of just...
Shadow.
But all of these have names.
They did.
Let's see if there's anything we can do about the names with those alcoves. I don't know. Fabien, do you see anything on the alcoves?
I'm investigating.
Let me help.
Or yeah, let's do it together.
Oh, you mean we're...
Hold hands and stare at the niches.
Okay.
It's a very
1,
niche
2,
conversation.
3.
I'll let
Investigate.
them roll with advantage.
So 14.
You stare at the niches, empty and stone. You have a little look around. There is nothing there.
Well, if we get in one of the coffins.
You can do that, not me.
Oh, I'll climb into this coffin here and lie down in it.
Okay, you struggle to fit in the ones that say Gwen and Marcy on them,
Okay, I'll find the one that's got a big
but the one that
Manly
says
name.
Nora and Joshua,
Joshua. That'll do it. Yeah, go on.
or those names may be the wrong way around, but either way, one of them. Two of them are slightly larger. You lay in it. Feels quite comfy.
Comfy.
These-
Nothing happened.
Yeah. No.
These are the graves for the 4 sets of clothes we found earlier.
Oh.
Oh yes. Maybe we need to put the clothes in the coffins.
Fabian.
Each one.
If 2 don't fit you very well, and there were 2 sets of kids' clothes.
Well, no, just put the clothes in. Don't put the clothes on. Just stick the clothes in there.
Okay.
In there.
I'll put the
Coffins.
little clothes in the little graves and the big clothes in the big graves. Man's to the man's coffin and the woman's to the woman's coffin. Probably nothing happens, but okay.
You put the clothes in the coffin. Was that?
Yeah.
Nothing happens.
I take my clothes back.
The clothes, they do look like they would fit. The smaller clothes kind of fit the bigger, smaller coffins, but nothing happens as you put the coffins. You have a good look around these coffins at this point. They don't seem to be any kind of secret switches or anything like that. Ready and waiting. They do just seem to be empty, ready to be used coffins. Maybe for you. Maybe for somebody else. Who knows?
Interesting that they were never used. Usually you bring in the coffins when the people are dead, and you bring them with the body.
Well, we've been everywhere in here, haven't we?
Yeah, maybe there's still something in the wardrobe, the walk-in closet.
Our adventurers continue to wander around the mausoleum. You hear Fabian's footsteps echoing around in the large marble room. Ren surveying well.
Venda's gonna try to speak the names of the graves to the niches, or write their names on a piece of paper and put them in the niches. Or just do an insight check to see if he comes up with a good idea.
Sure, playing around with the niches doesn't seem to have any desired effect. Really, no, again, nothing happens.
This is the same photo from earlier, isn't it? Yeah.
It is, yes. The one that's been helpfully dug out by our friendly neighbour, Badgerman.
I honestly have no idea what are we doing here right now.
What was the name of the family that we saw at the entrance?
It was Nerastrim. 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 Why do I name things that I can't pronounce? I really need to stop doing that.
So what we know is we have 4 graves that were made but never used. Does that name, probably not for Ren because he hasn't been on many of the, sessions. But does that Nerastrim, have we ever run into anyone with that name?
Don't think so. Not that I can recall anyway.
I'll give you this one.
Okay.
There are no
So this
TDF
isn't.
recordings of the word name Nerastrim.
So this isn't a clue that we've run into an undead or a vampire or something like that.
Could be, but I don't think you know.
Can we get a clue?
There are plenty of clues.
Obviously not enough.
Clues
Graham.
for people as smart
Maybe
as
there's
us.
nothing. Maybe also maybe there's just nothing here.
I go out.
Okay. It's dark now outside. It's the night. The sun has set. What are you going to do when you get outside? In fact, you don't need to do a lot. As you walk out the door and kind of look over the trees, you see what to the east, towards where you could see the. Yeah, I'll give you this. On the east, towards where you can see the manor, where you know the manor to be, a small wisp of smoke comes up over the trees.
Do we have?
You notice that just as the sun sets, and it goes completely dark.
Do we actually have time to go there, or is this a different session? The manor.
I mean, you totally have time to go there.
I mean, this is something you prepared potentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you'd be done in this by like 8:30.
Let's go then.
I thought that we're just spending the entire session in the graveyard. That's why.
Maybe. Maybe there is mysteries to unlock here. Who knows?
Well, off we go.
Yep, I'll follow you. What's the manor? Have I been there?
No, nobody's been there.
Okay.
You have a note on your map that when Leanna took a sneak peek at Hans Hubrick's map of the she saw thing marked. In fact, just correct your map. Nerastrim now.
No, Jeventile, no?
Robot.
Oh, that's all good.
Aha.
Elaborate
There
the
we go.
ladies.
So just you say the Nerastrim manor, but I think on the map it says the Juventile manor.
No, it doesn't.
Pretty sure that's why I named the session "Who Are the Juventile."
I mean, I'm looking at your map right now, and it says It says Nerastrim.
Which
That's weird. Where did you get Juva? I mean, must have always said that. Definitely
changed it.
No one's changed it.
You changed it. You changed it.
the whole session is named after Juventile. Just so you know.
No, it's not.
It was all a dream.
It's all lies. It's all lies.
All right.
I don't understand because this it's definitely called "Who Are the Nerastrim" in Discord as well.
Because you changed it.
You should check what it's called on the stream.
Why I don't? Why are you naming it? Even in next session, it's. I'm joking. Yeah, no, that's maybe a slight errata just to bring everything in line. But new
Fine.
information. Nerastrim. Yes, there we go.
Okay, Nerastrim it is.
But you did know that this. You did. Or maybe you believed this was related to the manor anyway, so it's probably not a huge bombshell. But maybe it's just a slight bring in line. The Nerastrim. Yes, Nerastrim. Here we go. We're all on here now. So Fabian saw that slight wisp of smoke, and
So we go
that's
there.
where we are. You going now?
Yes.
No time like the present.
Okay.
And only an hour of gameplay, so let's chop.
Our heroic adventurers clash through the dark and unknown forest, heading further east. Ren, you get a distinct chill up your spine as you cross over the ley lines and head further east.
Pass that trace on everyone.
You crash silently and effortlessly. There is no map. There is nothing here. before you ask me. But that is intentional. Don't you worry.
Okay.
As you head through the night, you find yourselves first thing the next morning coming out. You're so mature.
You've set the right example, Graham.
You come out the trees across what seems to be a small town. A town ravaged by time and by disease.
A town, you said?
Town. Small town.
Small town.
This town has obviously been in a state of doom and gloom for many years.
We've entered Ravenloft. Yeah.
As you exit the trees, you can see you kind of enter into the edge of the town, but you can see sitting up atop a little hill, far off, a bit further to the east, is what you assume to be Nerastrim Manor. You no longer see any sign of smoke. But those perceptive of you, i.e. Fabian and Vendel, you hear a small clattering coming from one of the buildings as you approach the town. You can see that there was a small agricultural... As you make your way into the town, you can see there was a small farm that has now been ravaged by... And the crops have been blighted. Swarms of locusts obviously eaten all the crops and visiting the town. The town is desolate and quiet, apart from the one small clattering that you can hear coming from one of the houses. As you make your way down the road through the centre of town, you start to smell in the air the smell of rotting meat, the thick overgrowth of weeds, and loud buzzing of insects. You make your way past what seems to be a local tavern, or once was, the Copper Mug. And as you're standing outside the Copper Mug, you can hear that's where the clattering comes from. And the door opens, and a man walks out and looks startled. And then looks up at you as if you are the greatest thing he has ever seen. And you hear him say, "Heroes," in a loud whisper, revealing a set of yellow, decaying teeth as he speaks the word. "Please, come inside! Drinks on the house!" he shouts and beckons you into the tavern. Leaving the door open, he limps back into the tavern.
Did you say a name for this town, by the way, or did we see a sign?
No.
Okay. But we didn't see any people besides this person.
Correct. The town is abandoned and desolate.
And it smells of
To
dead
see if that
flesh.
guy seems to be human or actually alive and human.
This
is
guy
good.
does look alive and human, yes.
This is a good time for some detect evil and good.
Yeah, can I use that? Use that stuff. I was sort of thinking. The rod.
Yeah, wave the stick around.
With my stick.
But we can't follow the man inside.
This is going to be amazing. Yeah, you will be able to fit him inside because it's only
What are you doing?
it's only a wooden kind of tavern, so your magical aura will quickly make your way through that. You. This is some horrible meat. Yeah, we'll get that. You.
You.
This feels like a very simple answer.
Any
yeah.
evil?
Are you detecting magic? Yes. Okay,
I'm
so-
detecting good and evil.
Oh, all magic. Oh, just good and evil.
Or like,
All
all
right.
of it.
So you do not detect any good and evil. That's an easy
I
answer.
mean, usually you do all of the above, right? It's
okay.
magic plus
Oh,
good
yeah.
plus evil.
I don't actually know the properties of the rod. I just know.
The rod
What?
is in the magical handouts thing. If you want to look at it, if you go into handouts, magic items, magical objects, there should be the wonderful rod of alertness. It's got a flanged head and everything. Anyway. Right,
You can cast those spells, yeah.
yeah. You do not detect any evil or good.
Okay.
And there is a very from the back of the tavern, almost at the edge of your range, you detect a small amount of one day I'm going to save this as a bookmark of abjuration magic, but tiny. Alp can't be dealing with no map. No, it's far too many tables. What are you doing, you maniac? Now you're going to want tokens and all that stuff. Yeah, so you guys are all just standing outside waving your rod around at the moment. What do you...
Yeah, then let's go in.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stand by the door.
Yeah, go in.
Does it smell worse in here than outside, or about the same?
I don't know
No
why.
kind of corpses lying around or anything?
No, there's definitely none of that. In fact, as you make your way into the copper mug, you can see that
Coffer mug.
as you make your way into the copper mug, the man introduces himself from behind the bar. He says, "I am Devon Thompson. Heroes are what we need." And he says, "Here, let me get wine." And he turns around and starts getting some wine out. He, as you have a good look at him, he was obviously once a hulking man. He has a thick black beard, but now he seems to be shriveled to a scrawny husk of his former self. Have a seat, he says. And he pours you all a glass of wine.
I'm not going to drink mine.
Okay.
Um,
He hands it round and he says to you, How did you find us here? Have you come to save the town?"
Can I try and use the rod as well to detect poison and disease?
Nope.
Yeah, I can.
Oh, you can? Really?
Yeah, it's on the list.
Oh, wow, cool.
Detect evil and good, magic, detect poison and disease, or see invisibility.
Sure. You do not detect any poison or disease
Okay.
coming from
the Count never refuses a drink and sips it carefully to make sure it's fine enough for his taste buds.
It is. It is a fine wine.
Fine.
Torvin once again gives you a big yellow smile and he says, "One of our last unspoiled bottles. We used to have many visitors and alas now we are but, well, not me I suppose. Ever since, Father Oswin didn't quite, shall I tell you a story? A story of Serlium? Oh man, naming things I can't understand. Serlium.
Can you write all the names?
Maybe.
Okay. Serlium is the town.
Serlium is the town. Devon Thompson is the guy you're speaking to.
Torvald.
He looks at you and says, "Haha, so I suppose you heard the story of what happened here and have come to save the town?"
Nope.
Actually, we're kind of passing by.
What did happen here? Where is everyone?
They have either left or been killed. It was a horrible time here in Selwyn.
Killed by what?
Well, by Helen, of course.
By
Helen.
who? Helen?
Helen Nerastrim,
Helen?
What?
the lady of the town.
She killed everybody.
She seemed to enjoy it.
How? How did she kill everyone?
There we go.
Is she still there? Is she still there in the manor?
Yes. Forever. Well,
Forever.
Forever?
many years.
3
years ago, she was but the perfect housewife. Could no longer stand a life of subservience to her husband, and could no longer be a slave to her outlandish social standards. She slowly descended into madness before making a deal with a fiend, or so the story goes. She made a deal with a fiend who promised to free her from this life in exchange for a... well, you know how it goes. One small favor, I suppose. But, as we all know now, that was her trap. Poor Helen, once she made this deal with the fiend, her hatred magnified tenfold. She murdered her son, her daughter, and the family's 2 servants with a cleaver, before taking her own life with the weapon. Since then, well, her spirit has been bound to the house, and the hatred that festers within its walls has attracted a multitude of evil entities. This is what has taken over this town. Well, I was about to say a month ago, but maybe it was much longer than that. A priest by the name of Father Oswin. He took a dozen brave souls and they attempted to cleanse the house of all evil. I met them just like I met you, and we drank wine and told stories. And it was the last I saw of them. They never returned.
How long ago was this?
Well, I don't know, time goes so slowly when you're here on your own. But maybe thinking about it now, it must be getting on for at least a year.
Do I believe everything he's saying?
Roll an insight check.
Always trust a man that offers you fun wine.
Fuck's sake.
The wine is very good. It has been well aged and well made.
And he has earned
His
Bendel's
story-
trust as a result.
The story is merely beginning, and you're not sure
Anything.
which way to come down on the fence so far. But he seems glad that you are here. He says, he goes on, he looks up at Graven by the door and says, "Please, take a seat and listen. Over a year ago, he came, Father Oswin, and he informed what was left of the town. There were a few hardy people still remaining who believed that something could be done. He informed the town that the only way to force her spirit was to move on from this world, and would need to completely destroy her physical body within the manor. Now, we were all desperate, and of course we wanted him to help us. But he seemed to fail. I have offered you but one of my last bottles of wine, and I know I ask of you a great deal, but you must complete Father Oswin's mission, or else this town will be forever succumb to the hatred of the fiend. And poor Lady Helen. I've seen horrible things." And he looks Eli, he looks you straight in the eyes at this point, and he gives you a kind of a smile, but you can tell at this point it's false, and he's reliving the horrible things he's seen. "My friends, they have all left, one by one. Livestock have died to plague and disease. Our alcohol has went sour, and my family, they..."
Hold on. She killed her children, her servants. What happened to the husband?
To that?
She killed her husband too. A cleaver straight into the neck, whilst he was resting his feet by the fire. Well, so the story goes. I do not have... I beg of you, you must take on Father Oswin's mission and destroy her body. He was sure that it was the only way.
Actually, we really don't have to save or do anything.
It is a sad story. This is why in Neverwinter we've ended the patriarchy. Far too many upset housewives making deals with fiends. What can we expect in this manor? Her house. You said there were monstrosities. Anything else that we should know about this place?
All matter of beasts and monstrosities have been seen in the house. Scary ghouls and horrific wights have been seen, and that's what's driven away lots of the town.
And why are you still staying?
I ask myself that question more and more every day. I suppose I never really gave up hope that someone would come, someone would help save the town.
I detected no good or evil around him at all.
That's right, yeah.
Okay. So it's not like...
So
No, I probably have to cast Detect Magic.
detecting good or evil will
Yeah.
particularly tells you whether there's any aberrations, celestials, elementals, fey, fiends, or undeads within 30 feet of you,
Okay.
or anything magically consecrated to be good or evil, basically.
Okay. I can't. Could I detect magic? See if I sense it. Well, I sort of did that.
sure.
But I got that bit of abjuration, didn't I?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Yeah, but that was it.
yeah.
Okay, I don't use the rod then.
How
Go
does
on.
one stop a spirit? You said his father tried to destroy the physical body, but clearly it hasn't worked.
I don't believe I would imagine if he made it that far that he would have returned to us triumphant, but perhaps him and those souls failed before they could even destroy the body. It must be in the mansion somewhere, but I could not tell you where.
So their entire plan was to go with swords and pitchforks and try and defeat the spirit of this
They had-
Ellen.
Father Oswin had a... Hold on. And he gets up and he limps over to around the back of the bar, and you hear him kind of rummaging around, and he pulls out an old, like, dusty box, brings it back to the table, and he blows the dust off, and opens. It's kind of a shoebox-sized box. And he opens the box, and in the box you see a small black candle. He says Father Oswin had a plan. He had a set of these candles that he said would keep her spirit at bay while they searched for their body. He called them... Oh, what was it? So long ago. He scratches his head and he goes, yes. He called them repulsion candles. He said... He crafted them with strands of her hair that the townsman had, and they would produce a light source that repels her ethereal form. He took 3 with him in his group, but he left 1 behind in case they were not successful. This is the last one.
So if he failed with 3, how are we going to succeed with 1?
He looks you all up and down and sort of says, "Well, you do look more prepared for a fight." He especially looks over to Graven at this point, who's kind of still stood gruffly by the door, not drinking his. They were. Father Oswin was an accomplished cleric, but the dozen men he had with him, I'm not so sure. You seem like a strong. But if it is not up for it, if you are not for the challenge, then I will not force a man. But I thought you might be our last hope.
And what would be in it for us? Why would we want to risk our lives to go up to the mansion?
Well, to help bring the town of Cerulean back to its former glory would be a fine start. And he looks up as Graven scowls at him and says, but of course, Lord and Lady Nerastrim were rich and important people. They had many magical and expensive items that are still locked away within.
Now you're talking. Okay. All
He
right,
looks a bit excited as you get excited. He says, I see. Yes, no, inside there are many, many things. They had a great deal of wealth and rare paintings And I had even heard stories of magical items.
Okay, that sounds
Roll,
more...
roll an insight check, Raven.
Yeah, do I believe him? Or is he just telling me what I want to hear? Oh, I definitely believe him. This is completely...
You're not sure. Yeah, maybe. You're not sure. Either way. You do remember... in fact, no, yours is rubbish. But anyone else who's been listening and paying attention, feel free to roll an insight check.
Yes, please.
Ah!
You guys are really uninsightful today. Vendel is paying a lot of attention. And it suddenly starts to dawn on you that the story that he's told you about her children and her servants, her and her husband, start to ring bells about the mausoleum and the graveyard that you...
Well, he did say the same last name, didn't he?
Yes, and has listed the same amount of people as you have found with graves.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, he said the same last name. I made the connection then. So,
Cool. I'm just making sure you're up to speed, that's all.
yes.
That's a beautiful map. It's a HD map now.
That top hat really finishes it off.
It's beautiful. Yeah, so gold, jewels, wealth. He seems to be telling a very believable story. His story is full of sorrow and personal anecdotes that are very hard not to empathize with.
Well, that is certainly a sad story. And this is certainly fine wine.
And it sounds like there's treasure and
Well, that is to be
wealth
expected.
and magical items up in that there mansion.
I would be up for taking a look personally. I don't know what you...
What could possibly go wrong?
Hey, Wild.
Absolutely.
We've got a candle, we just wander in, light
Shut
the
up,
candle,
mate.
wave it at her, cut her body up. Bish bash bosh, we're done.
Yeah, Vendel tries to take the candle if he lets it. Just to take a
looks
look at it.
Sorry, what did you say?
Hey, if Vendel can, he will try and take the candle and take a look at it.
Okay. Yeah, so as you go to take the candle, he grabs your hands and looks you deep in the eyes and says, Please help us. Or there'll be nothing left to save by the time someone else capable comes along. And then, lets you go, and you can pick up the candle. Yep, it is a, as described, a short, black, stubby candle. You get the distinct impression that it does have the magical properties that he's pertaining to.
So it's basically protecting us from the spirit.
Yeah.
As long as it's lit.
He says, yes, you have to light it, but be warned, for it only lasts for a single hour. And we have no more.
Could we make more?
I do not know how Father Oswin made these candles.
No, I wouldn't know that.
By the way, you guys would know that a candle gives you bright light of a 5-foot radius.
Oof.
But then he also tells you that this candle, he's seen the ones that Father Oswin lit, and they gave an additional 10 feet of dim light around them.
Okay. Well, we'll have to make sure to light the candle.
Use it at the right time.
Yes, I suppose we could.
If we're gonna do this.
Yes.
Please, you must help us.
We don't have to do absolutely anything.
But you must. If you do not, this town is...
It's already gone.
No, it can be saved.
With what?
With hope, dear boy! He gives you another big yellow smile and pours another drink for those who have drunk their drinks. With hope.
I did not touch if he did not touch it even a glass.
Okay.
Well, I can't speak for my compatriots, but I will try my best. And potentially when this town is restored to its former glory, we could form a bit of an alliance with the Syndicate and do a bit of trading.
He looks at you like you just had a load of words he didn't really understand, but he says, yes. Yes, it would be good life in this old pub again. It has been far too long since the copper mug has heard a song or seen a dance.
Are you the only person here?
I am the last.
Where do you get your food? You've been here a year.
I eat what I can. As you ask him that and look at him, you can see that he's obviously not eating a lot. He's very skinny. Obviously, he's like well starved.
And your drink?
Well, the alcohol, it goes a long way if you ration it. And I collect rainwater. I have a small farm.
Okay.
How many days away are we from Flamescar now?
1, 2, 2.5?
Okay.
Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2.5. Yeah.
Okay. Out of character, I assume we don't have time to go into the manor tonight. It's going to take another session.
You could certainly go up and have a look around the manor, and
Okay.
so you're a bit more informed. But I think going in would probably open more cans than we have time for.
Sure.
Okay.
Why don't we have to take a look? Yeah. And
Would this count as a short rest standing around in this bar?
Sure.
We could take a short rest. Cool.
You've just been standing around drinking and chatting.
And Torvald will have to come back another day as we'll need to prepare. But we'll go take a look now if that's all right.
Yeah.
Can we hold on to this candle?
He looks deathly afraid and kind of snatches it back from your hands and says, I can't let it go. It's our only hope.
We
can always pick it up.
What if
next time?
What if we took it? We could find someone who could make more. A cleric or someone else of a holy teaching. Do you let us take it in if we can take more?
He's now looking very afraid that you're going to steal it and not come back. So roll a persuasion roll.
Do I also, since I'm the one who asked?
Yeah, you can do. The other man, Eli was trying to convince him to let go of it though.
1 sec. Okay, don't fuck me. Persuasion.
Ooh.
Hey.
He's clutching it. He clutches it back from Count Venel and is
gives it to Eli.
hesitant to let it go, but he looks at Eli and says, "Well, do you know these clerics? Why don't you bring them here and they can help you to get rid of Helen as well?"
They may not have the resources here to make
We
more of these
have Leanna.
candles for you.
She is a powerful cleric.
But sadly, she's now an NPC. so
That's
she's-
out of character. Don't mix it.
I'm just kidding.
He says, yes, we are. We are down on supplies. He looks like he's having like super turmoil going on inside him, but eventually he says, well,
Could you, if you don't feel safe without the candle, but we need it to possibly make you more, would you accompany us back to Flamescar and then return here with us when we come back?
I
Could you do that for us? Would be a couple days.
He puts it back in the box and he says, please come back. And he pushes the box towards you as if, like, the hardest thing he's ever had to do. Second to seeing his wife and children abandoned and leave.
I mean, frankly, if its only purpose is to keep that specific spirit at bay, there's really not much else we can do with it. So do not worry that we won't come back with it. But it is true that if you can have more of those, then we'll have more chances of succeeding.
Yes, this is... I understand. This is just hard for me. I've seen my town fall to pieces, and there have been people that have come here who have not been as trustworthy as you gentlemen. But you look like you are ready for a challenge. And he gives you all a wry smile with his horrible yellow teeth.
We will return, hopefully with more candles for you.
Let's go take a look at that mansion, yes?
Yes. Yeah, let's do that.
Since we're here already.
I've forgotten the tavern owner's name.
Tim C. Thompson. What's his name?
Tim C.
Torvald Thompson. If you scroll up a bit, it's
Thompson.
written in there.
It's written down. I'll write that down. Some serious wanking.
What was the name of the...
Whatever that noise was.
Me slapping my flat. Sorry. I forget I'm on mic.
Alright. Let's head there.
That flubber fly.
It's getting late, let's go.
You were about to ask a question? No? Are you off? Okay. So you guys head out of the Copper Mug and
Copper Mug.
work your way through what's the rest of the town and work your way up to the top of the large hill that overlooks the town. As what seems usual from the stories that Torvan has told you, the sky is dark and overcast today. A light breeze rolls through and causes dead leaves to dance across your path as you make your way up to the iron gates that surround the structure. Fortunately, these wrought iron gates hang broken off of their hinges. As you look in, you can see that despite being unattended for, years according to Torvald, the manor itself appears to be in excellent condition. The beautiful gardens that used to line the property, however, were not so lucky. They are now black with rot and produce a foul stench. The flowers have long since wilted, and their hedges are nothing but thick tangles of dead wood.
I'm guessing this is part of the heavy smell of the rot we got earlier.
It definitely got stronger as you've made your way up here. Yeah.
Is it mainly coming from the mansion or the whole town?
It's the rotten garden, but the town is also succumbing to, general
smell.
Decay and
Yeah.
stuff. The windows of the manor have all been boarded up presumably by the townsfolk. In fact, Torvan told you you can now see what Torvan was talking about when he told you that they've boarded up the windows to prevent anyone from entering. And from the front, it seems the only way into the structure is the front door, which as you approach has a sign hanging on the front that reads, "Danger. Turn back."
That's exactly what we'll do.
You can see that the manor is 2 rooms wide on either side of the front door, and about the same again backwards. It is a single story most of the way around, except in the middle where there is a second story. Looks like it would be some sort of attic or whatnot.
Any windows?
Yes, but boarded.
All of them.
Heavy boards on all the windows.
Okay.
As Torvaln told you to keep people from entering.
And it's made of wood.
Yes.
We can burn it.
Yeah, but then all that treasure inside will be
We'll
burn
get from
away.
the ashes.
What a waste.
Or we could go through the quest.
Magic don't burn, so you will just pick it up from the ashes.
I know, but spell books and scrolls, they'll burn.
Very true.
I have no use for that, so
But some others would.
Yeah. I don't think we should burn the place down. It might, once we clear this person out, it might make a nice place.
As you walk up to the door having this conversation, you see probably most of you actually, you're all fairly perceptive. You see a movement behind one of the boards on the second floor of the manor.
Oh.
Just a few moments later, the thick wooden front door that leads into the house swings open ever so slightly on its own. A whisper rushes past your ears as the wood creaks loudly. It is a woman's voice, low and haggard, but clearly a woman's voice. Ladies, don't speak that way, Helen. We need your place. You need to learn your place, Helen. Don't you dare speak back to me, Helen. What are you doing with that cleaver, Helen? Ooh, I just woke up all my neighbours. The moment she finishes speaking, the door swings wide open and smashes loudly against the side of the house.
Door slam, what are you doing here?
good one.
What did she say last? Because you were screaming, I didn't quite understand.
You go and ask her.
No.
What are you doing with that cleaver, Helen?
Oh, okay, so that's... Okay, got it. Nice. That's how she killed the husband, right? So...
Have an inspiration point for paying attention.
Thank you.
GG. The door is open at this point, but...
But let's head the other way. Okay. Inviting, but maybe some other time.
What's behind the door?
You can see that as you kind of peek in through the front door, you can see that there's an interior of the from where you're standing, nothing seems particularly suspicious. You can see that there is a thick layer of dust. But from outside, the house just, looks like a house. Dark with all the walls and boards and things. And then...
Yeah, I guess unless there's anything else, we head back now.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to go in.
No, we've not got time to go in today.
Yeah, it's probably for the best.
No.
So, mark this down as another quest.
Another quest. So many
Sounds-
quests.
Sounds-
Cool.
Sounds cool. You like scary stuff, don't you?
It's Westmarch is where creepy people go.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So, you guys just
Okay.
going to head back to Flamescar now, or you want to...
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
We'll
As you
plan
head back
an
through...
expedition.
as you head back through Serylin, Torvaln waves to you and says, I look forward to seeing you again.
I want to say that
Come with us.
we do take the candle. I did invite him. He seemed to just ignore it. So he
He'd
can
be
come with us
safer with us in Flamescar.
for a couple
He
days.
did change the subject when you offered him, and you're welcome to offer him again, but...
NPCs are stuck in their locations, that's just how it works.
No, yeah, I mean, sure, he could come.
You'll get homesick.
I mean, we did roll a natural 20 on that persuasion, and it still didn't come. So
Yeah, he's not going to come unless like we make him. And I don't think we'd really set a good impression doing that.
nope. That's all right. We'll just come back.
Yeah.
Okay. At which point you will head back to Flamescar, and that shows I need to change the map. And a successful day of adventuring successful.
Oi, oi.
Let's give you all some X to the P.
I'm chuffed with that persuasion because that was the most useful thing I did the whole night.
Hey, level 1, right?
Level 1. Although, no, I did that 10 damage with the firebolt.
Yeah.
You did kill a whole entire mastiff.
I did kill a dog, which I probably would keep as a pet if it were real. I'm below average level, surely, aren't I?
You are.
Yes,
So you get double
definitely.
XP. And everybody is getting 500 XP for this session.
Ooh.
Nice.
Would I be able Is there a chart somewhere about XP levels and how they...
Yeah, if you
Google
search for
character advancement.
that word, those words, it's a Roll20 page. It's super useful. But you are level 3, so that's a plus.
Whee.
Doesn't take long to level up in DDF.
No, not when that's
Just ask
happening.
Graven.
Is it? So it's it's the XP stacking that does the leveling. It doesn't like it's not.
You don't start at 0 every time, no. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you basically your XP increases all the time. So you are now at 1000 XP, which puts you on the level 3 between 900 and 2700.
I will.
And don't forget to go and update the character summaries page.
I do. I need to do that. I think he's
You
got
do
the
need to do that.
wrong name.
I am
does.
480 from level.
Oh no.
How much?
48.
I have
I'm-
2 spells.
I'm 158 XP away from leveling up. Ah.
Oh, do a write up. I need to do a roundup soon anyway. So.
Oh, I've just did a roundup.
Oh, hey, look at that. That's worth 75 XP right there.
How much?
75 XP.
Nice.
Oh, the current average level is 6 apparently.
Is it?
That's what it says on the
Is it?
page, but I don't know if that's true. It's what it says on the wiki page. But then you did all die, so let's have a look. Right, Graven's 10, Reagan's 5, Maximus is 5, Alia is 5, Fjör is not alive, but she will be a 5.
Sorry,
Baron-
guys, I need to run. I'll let you guys keep chatting while I go